Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sparrows. Here tonight on Roll for Cast, we have ourselves another crossover episode. Look at that! Didn't just happen for one night; it is happening for multiple nights. Yes, Clay.
Yeah, and this one's a
Kiara.
3. Oh wait, sorry. No, it's only the 2.
It's just the 2.
Yeah.
Yes, it's 2.
Right,
It's
right.
not.
Okay.
Yeah, you're. So we're going to the table. We're gonna say hello. We're gonna say who we are. Remind people who our characters are, and maybe what they're thinking about the current circumstances. As usual, here at Roll for Chaos, we like to roll for chaos type sort of things. I mean, name drop title, stupid. Anyway, we're rolling.
That's the stream, folks.
And it looks like Kai, you are first tonight.
Oh, Captain, my
Totally
Captain.
prepared.
Won't get it done.
Wasn't reading my notebook. Hello, my name is Kai, the captain. My character is Lefay, Ariane. I am a badass space samurai and ninja, and now the captain of the Sparrows.
And future prince of the Aether Sphere, an incredibly powerful nephew to a very powerful agent, and just a few things. You don't know.
Actually, Ben brought up something also incredibly important. I understand what you're talking about, Ty, but also he's a skater boy.
He is a skater boy. He said,
Did
"See
he
you
say
later,
see
boy."
you later, boy? Okay.
All right.
Wait,
Speaking of skater boys, Kiara, you're up next.
Definitely not
ahead,
Kiara's
Anna.
MO in any way, shape, or form.
That's like a top tier for transition to you, hon.
That is true. At least no talk of tacos was involved in my transition,
was
or me being
Just
a
this time.
snack, because both of those have been transitions to me before.
I mean, true.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anna, also known as Sanctum Cosplays, and I am playing the ever lovable and never once grumpy in her life, Kiara. As for the last thing that she was probably thinking is absolutely how ass the Sparrows crew is at pool was probably the last thing she was thinking.
How ass they are at pool, indeed. And speaking of ass at pool, Stratful, you're up next.
Aw, damn.
Hello, everybody. I'm Strathful playing as Nohu, the snack of the whole series. So,
Oh, yes.
just keep an eye on him. And at the moment, he's just, really happy that he's got this group of friends on the Sparrows. He's got the other group of friends that's waiting him, like at Stockfoot, probably, or somewhere nearby. And oh my God, it's going to be the biggest adventuring party ever.
That could be interesting to play with, 11 people at once. But
Yeah.
Coming next month.
Coming
Roll for
next
Chaos. Dreams of Silver and Sparrows, everyone.
Dreams of Silver and Sparrows. Oh man, have you ever played with more than 6 people? 6 is rough enough as it is,
Yes.
everyone. My largest table was 8.5. I mean, because one person was constantly in and out, and that got there was some like hour and a half long periods between getting to have scenes for people. That's not fun. And how dare you put yourself so low, Nohu? You're not just a snack. You're the greatest MILF we've ever seen.
I thought he'd be an STD, though. If he's not a snack, he should be an STD.
He is an STD if he's not. Yeah, that's true. Super true. Yeah, that's the one. See,
I
I'm
got you.
tired. I mixed it up, but he is. Never mind.
Sometimes
We'll
I
just
think
move on.
about
Move on.
someone
Shh. Wipe this from your.
coming to a
We're gonna
show,
restart the stream,
new to the
everybody. This
channel.
didn't count. That wasn't a thing. It's there.
Funny.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sparrows. So we move right along.
Yeah,
You can actually
From
run
here.
it again. I just saw it. He just ran it again.
We'll go right along to Jackal now. Jackal, you're up. You and Amos.
Well, what about Amos?
What about him?
Yeah, what about him? They did nothing wrong.
They did nothing wrong.
Yeah, they did nothing wrong.
Well,
They're the dad of the group. They're heavily armored. And they've been minding their own gosh diddly darn dang business. They've been sitting there, protecting the Sparrows, being the bulwark, and making sure that no harm comes to anyone, especially including the navigator. And that the next time someone shows up with a high-powered rifle and takes out their hip, that they're more than capable of clearing the massive distance and then proceeding to, oh, right, I can't talk about that on stream because TOS in terms of service. And anyways, back to you, Ty!
Why, thank you for keeping us safe. Moving along from there
From yourself.
to Rob and Clay.
Yeah, also, well, I'm Robbie rolling, but that doesn't matter because tonight I'm playing Clay, no last name given. And yeah, just like Amos, just a fraternal figure, dad energy, just never done anything wrong. Yes, he's the scoundrel class, and he's completed a lot of his quests for reputation, so he's starting to become a known entity in the criminal world. But again, done nothing wrong, complete marshmallow. Did not like steal someone's entire farm from out front of them and give it to their workers, like first episode. So yeah, again, done nothing wrong. No, last thing Clay was thinking about is that talking over, Kiara, while we were flying over, told me about the fact that she thinks she saw my presumably dead wife. So that's probably where Clay's head is at. So yeah.
Well,
Totally sus.
she's
Yeah,
totally sus.
Again, done nothing wrong.
Blitzen Gamer has decided to shower everyone, starting with Kiara, with aces tonight.
Thank you.
I know that she's not going to be around. She's got to travel, so I'm sure the rest of them will trickle in anyway. So I'm just going to give it to everyone. There you go. One ace from Glitz. Next up, man of the hour, the Reverend to deal with these two devils. Benjamin.
Hey everybody, I'm Benjamin, aka TT Benjamin, aka DJ Jazz Master Flash, aka.
How many AKAs you got there?
I should have thought about that one a little bit longer.
Should have listed.
I will be playing the Reverend Parson, Roland St. James September, who is not bothered at all by the constant cast switching, because he just joined the crew, so he's not sure if this is like normal or not. He's also not bothered by the giant Kraken, because wherever the Reverend goes, wherever the path takes him, shit like this usually happens. So this is sort of normal.
McSherry has granted everybody an ace as well.
Woo!
Now that she's capable of giving you all aces because she's not currently on the show, I mean, you know. All right, everyone. So last time on Sparrows, you skydived for a period of time as you realized your engines were not up to snuff, and you entered the atmosphere for the first time in a great deal of time. When it comes to the Sparrows' trips so far, they've not made a return to actual physical land in a while. While skydiving, they were able to pull it off, get a nice landing in, argue a bit for some reason with the harbor master before pulling over 2 parking spots, and then found a couple of passengers who were looking for a trip to try to save an entire city's worth of people, thousands and thousands of people who were in danger. Of course, the Sparrows did it because, well, they were already going the direction these individuals seemed to be traveling, and because a very expensive mithril sword as loot was offered up in recompense. However, there was a bit of dilly-dallying, and the captain wanted to get to know people, and then he and the Reverend decided to go play some pool and just put everything else on hiatus until they were done with the game. That turned into multiple games, and eventually Kiara got a little fed up with it and decided to go smoke them both and shark them both at pool in an effort to get the ship airborne and heading off in the direction it needed to go. Of course, Kiara and Clay, who had come aboard, were friends of Nohu's, someone they thought had disintegrated. Very interesting to find him here, and of course realizing that he thinks, well, Carrot is him, a younger version, and someone named Red Iron was an older version of him through a different point in time. And then, of course, having to deal with the gentle curmudgeon, Amos, the whole security safety thing, making sure everybody gets checked out, sent Kiara up to medical because of the whole body thing that was discovered. Anyway, as the ship had become airborne and started heading out east, it encountered a massive storm. And the storm began to rock the ship to and fro, causing every single little airstream and eddy and current to make the ship feel as if it were alive, a bucking creature of some kind. It was a bit air sickening, and in that massive storm, some of the other crew started to see things in the distance before lightning crashed against the deck, blasting apart some of the wood beams on the surface, launching Amos through the air as well as Clarion Bell. Amos, you twist, you end over, smash into the railing, find yourself falling off of the edge of the ship. And as you do, you reach out with one massive paw, grab a hold of it, claws dig in, and you dangle by one arm, reaching for Clarion and unable to get a hold of her as she goes spinning off into the void below. B runs over quickly, trying to assist you, trying to help her as fast as she can. You cry out for her to help Clarion, but not before she decides to help you. You feel a massive updraft of wind as Zep launches you upwards onto the deck, and B looks at you, says that she can do this, and jumps off the edge of the ship, chasing after Clarion. You see them disappear into the clouds below, but the moment passes too quickly for you to react. As you pull yourself up and stare over the edge, more of these cracks of lightning start to shear the land to the skies around you, and a huge dark shape starts to emerge from the clouds in front of you. We now go back below deck to a few minutes before this happened. Nohu, you've just been putting in the last few touches on some of the minor repairs needed for the ship, and what else do we see you currently doing?
Well, seeing as both Clay and Kiara are now here, I would be looking for one of them, whichever I'm able to bump into the first, and regaling them with the brave and adventure tales of everything that happened to me.
So you find Kiara playing pool with Preston, and Clay nearby sitting at a table watching and being fed food by your newest cook crewmate, whose name currently escapes me. Damn it. Anyway, that individual is there, and yeah, I don't have it written down right now. Anyway, they are setting up food for you, and you are all just kind of relaxing, as it were, as Nohu comes trundling into the room and sees Clay sitting at the table and sees Kiara playing pool with Preston.
Well,
Roland.
Obviously Clay is far too busy eating, so
Please
he'll go
don't.
over to Kiara.
Please do not
He'll-
come anywhere near me.
Your
He'll
best
be
friend.
like looming over the table, like his snout like resting on top of the felt part of the pulling table, and be like, "Hey, how's it going? It's been really,
Not the
really
beat.
weird all of this time." He's just talking all over you, and I was like really in this pool of water, and it really wasn't water, but I was with red hair, Kaisen, I think. I always keep forgetting his name. He just, he's carrot head, because of the carrot. And they have really good carrots in here, I appear in like the kitchen, I think, but then they
I'm gonna
just throw me
Give
around and
Clay
just
a look of like, "Dear God, please take this child away from me." The like glance.
And Clay goes like, and like puts like really starts to really slowly eat his food. Oh.
It's a wait. Am I down there playing pool too?
Roland is playing pool, yes, with Kiara
Hold
right
on.
now.
Hey, Mr. Nohu, would you hold still for just 1 second? Just hold real still. And then Roland lines up a shot, and then like bounces one off of Nohu's snout and sinks it. Thank you.
I feel as though that is cheating. You did use an outside source, but it got him to shut up for
I'll
just a
allow
moment.
it.
So I'm going to let it pass.
I'll allow it.
Only because it got Nohu to be quiet.
He needs the help.
Kiara, you are setting up for another shot, one that'll probably ring you the victory here at the end. You're on your last few balls, and you think you can knock maybe 2, maybe all 3 of them in at the same time. As you prep to line this shot up to make it sink, there is a massive blast above you, everything vibrates, and the balls all go scattering off the table, and you find yourselves, everyone inside of this room, trying to grasp on for purchase as you all become weightless temporarily. Give me an agile roll to avoid
sure.
threats.
Oh, I'm really
If
sorry.
Nohu ends up in my lap, I swear to God.
That's a critical failure from Roland. Clay, you failed.
Sucks for
Kiara,
Roland.
you succeeded.
Y'all.
Nohu, you succeeded. So
So since I succeeded better than Kiara, can I land on her lap?
No.
I'll allow it.
Damn
So
it.
he was standing very close to you, and as the two of you become airborne, he kind of twists through the air and ends up like baby carriage cradled you in your arms as you're sitting there. Roland, with a critical failure, do you want to do something that would be unfortunately more damaging to you or more damaging to the crew?
To me.
Okay. You fling up in the air, come crashing down, and hit the pool table dead in the center. There's a loud crack, and it sinks inward.
No, to me, not to the crew. To me. To me.
That was
Not
you.
me, the player. Me, the character.
Mm-hmm.
You hurt the pool table.
That's very damaging to Roland. I'm sorry.
And Benjamin. How dare you?
And to chat.
It snaps down the middle. Balls go rolling all over the place. There's a chunk, and as you sit up, Roland, you look around. Something has brought about this disturbance. That effigy of joy, of fun, of peaceful times and moments was splintered by something above.
Well, you didn't have to send that big of a signal. I was just trying to have a good time, damn it.
At this moment, I need all of you to roll initiative.
Pulling out every gun possible from just places.
You begin drawing weapons as quickly as you can. And Amos, you get an 8. Nohu gets a 14. Clay gets a 14.
Wait, can I re-roll that? Because I had one that. Could I re-roll that, please? Because I got. I saw a 20.
I did not see a 20, but I will let you re-roll it because sometimes Fantasy Grounds can display things.
All right, and since I'm re-rolling it, can I take a -2 on initiative?
Sure. So you got an 8. Shoot, that's it. 13, so an 11 instead of an 8.
I'm okay with that.
It's not as great as it could be, not as bad as it could be. 28 from Kiara. Of course, Jax.
My classic, +10 to my initiative roll. What could possibly,
And the crew of the Archimedes, what little remains of them, get a 4. So, first one
They're
up.
all mourning the pool table.
First up, we're going to see what Kiara does. So the pool table has been smashed in half. Roland just fell upon it. You're now holding Nohu. And the ship itself begins moving back and forth like it's on water, like massive waves. The wind is hitting it. You can see lightning flashes outside. And you swear, as you look out to the side, something huge and black just goes right past one of the portholes.
Gonna look to Leifei. Is this something that we should is normal thing for your
Leifei
ship?
is
or
driving the
different?
ship right
Oh,
now.
he's up. Gotcha. Well then, I'm gonna look and ask Roland. Normal thing for the ship or different? Should I be concerned?
Technically, ma'am, this is my first day.
Oh great, you know nothing. There's a 12-year-old. This is great. There's Nohu. I'm gonna chuck Nohu and head up.
So you chuck Nohu aside and you begin to head up the ladder nearby. That'll use your whole action to do, putting you on the main deck. So I will move you out there real quick. Real quick, I swear. Very quick. Why won't you move?
Super quick.
I
Sorry, I
think the
just
most
thought
accurate
that-
thing of NPC Clay and Kiara was the bickering of like, are we sure we want to be on the ship? There's a 12-year-old and a brand new captain. I don't know if we want to do this.
All right, and
I also
Kiara,
wanna
you
say-
have. Go ahead.
I was just making a goof. Go right ahead, do the actual mechanics.
It's okay. She has made it up to the deck, and I need to give. There you go.
Do I see a sky kraken?
As you look out into the void, into the darkness, yes, you see a massive figure, enormous, dwarfing your ship, like flailing tentacles, probably 20, 30 feet in length, each approaching you. It seems to be metallic and reflective, and the bolts of lightning, like scattering around it, are very much affected by albedo, the brightness and the whiteness kind of shining off of the bits and pieces of glowing metal. And as it approaches very quickly, you can tell that it has you in its sights. It's not just flying up here, it is coming straight towards the Archimedes.
Great. Totally not on.
And for our audience that didn't see it again, there is the image of what Kiara sees, of course, approaching.
The moment
You don't have to
Kiara
keep
walks up
showing
on
us
deck, Amos looks her dead in the eye and go, "Young lady, you are not walking out into battle in an evening dress. Here," hands her a leather jacket. At the very least, have some
Cool.
sense to wear some light armor. Do you have any guns, ammunition, knives?
I will pull out my what is it called? My albatross scattergun, known as dowry, and just kind of look at Amos and go, "I have this, dude. Do not have to worry."
She pulls out a military-grade shotgun.
Amos slings a rather large and powerful Edmonton calathite.
Ooh.
Excellent. So you know what you're doing.
Not in the slightest, but it is okay.
First rule of combat, just adapt. You ready?
Are you ready for a giant sky kraken?
As ready as anyone can be for a mecha kraken, I guess.
Get
Roland,
in trouble, get behind me.
it is Roland's turn now as you find yourself in the midst of the pool table trying to extricate yourself. You see Kiara toss Nohu to the side, grab a hold of weapons, and go sprinting up to the deck.
Roland runs up after her and then grabs Nohu by the scruff. I'm gonna presume that you're useful somehow, and then like head straight up to the deck.
Lifting you up, you're just dangling feet, and Roland rushes up to the main deck as well with Nohu
And that
in
was
hand.
Roland's biggest mistake.
I need to figure out how to make it so that my walls don't get in my own damn way when I am moving characters around.
So
Have
then
you told them
Roland
not to?
gets up top, looks over at Amos. I'm new here. Is this typical? Is this how?
Oh yeah, this is typical. You should have seen Taco Tuesday.
Wait, there's Taco Tuesday? I feel like that should have been up front. Like that could have been part of the interview process.
You didn't have an interview. You walked over and asked to be on board, and we said yes.
In my defense, I didn't ask.
You're right. You demanded. Grab a gun.
Oh, I don't need one of those.
Oh, yes, you do. Report to the armory.
I am
Why
the
was
armory,
that
sir.
Why was that suave as fuck, though?
Leifei, you are up on the main deck. You hear your crew starting to come out there. You see a massive object roiling in the sky in front of you. I will now bring up the sky map.
Certainly. I think the first objective is halting this ship and turning it to the side so the cannons can be bared.
All right, so you're going to swing it around to the side and make an aerial maneuver that gives you an opportunity to fire with cannons, which are nice. You have two main cannons, and you have two heavy repeating cannons, which are generally used for anti-personnel weapons, but you've got those. So give me an agile roll as you attempt to swing the ship very rapidly in an aerial maneuver that doesn't launch everyone off into the void all of a sudden, ending this campaign very quickly. 23! All right. Leifei immediately engages the engines to lift upward, giving you kind of like a backward helicopter style updraft, twists it to the side, and then lines up for a broadside. What do you say at that point?
Crew, I don't know what we're fighting, but let's either get out of here or kill it.
Okay, and that's Leifei's turn getting the ship in position. We now see this massive thing, just tendrils waving in the air, approaches relatively slowly. You see a whole bunch of little, like, black dots escape from its abdomen and come flying towards you. As a whole bunch more of these little things come pouring out of it and flying in your direction. And it is now their turn. Maneuvering near the ship, you see that they happen to have what looks like cannons of some kind mounted underneath their chin areas, if you want to call it that, under the bottom side of the vessels. And all four of them then open fire on your ship. Two of them are making crew shots, two of them are making ship shots. So anybody on the deck has to roll to avoid the attack that is being made by them. First off will be the ship shots. So, Captain, you have to roll to maneuver to dodge. your ship has +2 to your dodges. So if you go ahead and make a defense roll. One shot comes out, getting a 17. Second shot comes out, getting a 9. And you're able to evasive maneuver, spin this ship around, blasts go off, just zipping past the basically anything that could be destroyed when hit. And you are safe for the moment from those, but then the shots come across the deck, and I have to decide where they're going to go. You've turned fully broadside, and these fire in a large arc. That's not an arc, that is a square. There's an arc. So there's the first shot. Scarborough and Carrot are in that one. And the
If I
next
may.
shot is 10. It's going to hit everybody that isn't, that's on the front of the ship, basically. So first shot goes off. You see like blasts of light fly across the ship front. Little tiny beams, and they pepper the deck. Scarborough yells out, "Get down! Get down! That's a weapon! It's a gun! I recognize a gun when I see one!" He leaps to the side and is able to avoid the first shot. Carrot is hit.
Good work, Scarborough. Figure out which gun.
Carrot takes 9 points of damage. Ow! 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 That hurt! Now, the other one fires at your group of individuals. This is going to hit everybody except for Donnie, standing a little bit too far out of reach. Nohu, Roland, Amos, and Kiara, if you could give me some defense rolls, unless you want to attempt something.
Can I use batten down the hatches in this case, since it's Master at Arms ability, and this is shipboard combat?
Let me see. Yes, you can.
All right. Amos is going to fold up a thick metal plate that they had bolted on the deck to protect the starboard side. I think it's the starboard side, the one
Yeah.
where Nohu's closest to.
Yep.
From an incoming laser barrage.
All right, you bring that up, and that will help some of the defense rolls here for everybody involved.
Do I still need to roll defense?
Let me double check real quick. This should be part of the ship itself, actually. One moment, please.
Thank you, Ty.
To be honest, I haven't used a lot of these in a little while. But we have them here. Helms and Gunnery Master and Master at Arms. There we go. So batten down the hatches. Master can lock down soft targets, spreading +5 extra hit points for crew against crew attacks from other devices for the round. So being attacked, he puts up defenses in place, and you will resist 5 points of damage from the attacks made if you are hit. In this case, the opponent got an 18 to strike. Kiara gets a 14. Roland, you get a 17, but with Nohu taking that other hit, it won't actually hit Roland. Amos gets a 19, and you're large enough to defend Kiara, so that'll protect her from the damage as well. The only one here hit is Nohu. Nohu, you're going to resist 5 points of this damage. You're going
Roland
to take
was right. Nohu
11,
was useful
so-
as a meat shield.
You're holding him
So
and
now
just... Nohu, you are going to take 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. All right, I'll take them. I'll take 6 points.
All right, and the heal for Carrot went out as well, providing 7 health back to Carrot, so feeling a bit better. Clay, it is your turn now. You're still down. Everybody went running off. The cook now is like sitting there huddled up on the floor.
Yeah, Rob, the person's feeling much better about my initiative roll now. But yes, I will first action rush up to the deck to see what the heck is going on.
Okay.
And then couple questions. First of all, how far are we from town? Is this like 10 minutes? Or
This
like
has been an hour out. Yeah, hour out from town.
Okay. And then how far away are these friends here?
So each square on the sky map is
Mhm.
2 range, so it would be 10 feet per. They're about 30 feet
Perfect.
out.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna just. Oh, you know what? Of course. Why not? Why not, right? And I'm gonna pull out Prejudice, my true shot pistol, and I'm gonna take a shot at the lone little Octorok here, Mecha Octorok above our ship here to the north. See if I can't make something happen. So.
All right. Give us an attack. The opponent is struck, so your little shot goes, hits this thing. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Fun fact, it's now entangled, as we can now see as the gun like comes out into his hand like it always has. There's this kind of glow and extra length to the barrel, and as the shot fires out and hits it, when it impacts, instead of just kind of leaving a dent, it spirals and like spider webs out into like this clay mud-like substance that instantly dries, as I made this an earth attuned pistol, so it's entangled now. Yes. I don't know what that does to flying things.
If it doesn't have any way to retain flying, it would just fall. But this thing flies via various propulsions you can't hit from this angle.
Yeah, if it had wings, I would understand. But at the very least, I'm hoping that gives us a bonus to hitting it. But
it is reduced in defense by 4, but it'll likely break out of that in its round. So we'll see.
And 10 damage, please.
All right, 10 points of damage. Hit it, and you see your bullet kind of bounce off. You don't know if it was fully effective or not.
Okay.
Nohu, you are up.
All right. How big are these smaller ships that are shooting at us?
They're about 10 feet tall by about 8 feet wide.
All right. I guess I'll just start seeing as how they are shooting at us, and I like going, oh man, I need something with more range. Or I could get closer, and I'll just start flying to the closest one.
All right, so you're going to fly off of the deck and out towards the closest one you can see. So Nohu is now off of the ship.
Party, ahoy!
There's Nohu on the sky map, if you want to move yourself around from there.
I'll, if I have the movement, I would like to go over to this one and, be at melee range.
So each square counts as 2 move. You use 1, 2 to get off of this first map. So you have, you can move to there. So Nohu just wings pop out and he begins flying off of there into the storm, rain slashing down, lightning all around.
I look cool. Yeah.
And that would be your move action. You have 1 action remaining.
If I'm not at the required distance, I would like to start trying to, scratch at it, see if how tough its armor seems to be.
So you move in and you begin scratching at it. Go ahead and give me an attack roll real quick. And you get a +1 from Cam Steer.
Hey, +1.
The opponent gets a 22 to defend itself.
Oh wow, 22.
And that's with its -2, because this is its second defense roll?
This is actually -2 and -4 because it's entangled. Same target, so -6. It gets a 16 versus a 16 means you succeed, as this is not a nemesis or higher.
Sweet, thank you. Good work debuffing it. I'll do the damage then.
Yeah, 7 points of damage. You scrape across it and you realize that the plating on this thing is very hard. It's reducing some of the damage caused.
I see. All right. Next plan for the next turn.
All right. Amos, back to you. On the deck of the ship, you see all of your crew kind of exposed. Nobody's currently on cannons or anything, although Scarborough's probably heading over towards one at this moment. And these new individuals are all just taking pot shots with little, handheld weaponry at these flying machines.
Yeah, perfect. I know.
Amos has taken the cannon. They're going to take a calibrated shot.
You rush over to the nearby cannon. This is a Vulcan cannon. This is a repeating or a cyclic cannon. It fires twice every round and is a closer range than the regular cannons are. So you can give me 2 pot shots. Pap, pap.
All right. What do I roll?
Go ahead and give me an aware roll at +2. The opponent tries to avoid, only gets 1 roll to do so, and you're fighting the nearest one, correct? So that is at a
Correct.
-8. It gets a -4 to avoid your shots. And
I got a 16.
You strike. Give me 2 hits of damage. That would be 4d8 damage you're causing.
I got the Warthog run blasting in the background, by the way, so I'm on cloud 9 here.
14
Whoa.
points. You're seeing some of the tracing rounds that are like flying through the air, that little zip fire, bright flash of light. And you see little holes start to ping, ping, ping appear on that thing. I get
Amos
a
just let
+1
that
from
buzzword roll.
Camper for my next roll. Look at that. Amos, that was your turn. Scarborough goes, Carrot! I think, actually, at this point in time, we don't have Clarion, so we're gonna need you for medical, I'm assuming, when we all get injured. You get inside of medical now, got it? Carrot looks over and goes, Are you sure? You sure I can shoot a gun? I got lots of experience with blowing things up and shooting them, usually our own stuff, but you know. Scarborough just says, No, you go get inside of medical now, and I'll handle the cannons. Woo, Amos, you and me, bro! He goes over to the other cannon and just fires off at the nearby target. He gets a 10. The opponent, however, is at -10 now to this roll and gets a 6, so he hits. And this is with a main cannon. Bang! And it looks like 12 points of damage comes through. See a big panel on this thing burst off.
Oh yeah, go past me. That was a carrot shot, I know it.
And Carrot goes and rushes into medical. So that puts us now at Kiara. You're up again.
Cool. So remember the conversation we were having earlier before stream started with how lenient can we make Ty with our own features? Can I nope the ship?
I mean, that is a 3-application chaos effect.
I kind of want to nope the ship.
So you're going to try to pick up its speed and run away with it?
Yeah.
Kiara
Hopefully
flattens...
leaving Nohu as well. If we could just leave him in the void as we go, that would be great.
Kiara grabs a hold of all the aether she can muster from the air. You see tendrils of energy kind of whipping around her hands, and then she slams it into the deck. Give me a magical roll. Get higher than a 15 for any sort of success. That is a 10.
We'll
That's
ace it. It's
chaos.
fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine.
Nat
Nat
20? Okay. So, with a nat 20, you can either grant the entire effect of Nope to the ship this round. So, any piloting rolls or what have you will be under that effect. Otherwise, you'll just be giving it a defense bonus for the success. Number 2 is that you can choose during your Nope to swing the ship in such a way as to hit one of the threats outside.
I'm gonna yell to anyone who's gonna listen. Are we fighting or are we running? I need to know.
What's the path say?
Fight, fight, fight!
The path tells you that the threat, the target, and the direction you are headed is on the other side of this thing.
We are where we need to be, ma'am.
All right, fighting. I'm gonna have as chat says, we'll have Leifei kick flip the ship so we can hit one of the hit one of these things.
So Kiara
We're standing with
slams
the rudder?
energy down into the ship again, giving it a brief bolster of space energy. Leifei, you feel a skateboard beneath your feet once more. As soon as it is your turn, you can give me a reaction. Since this is affecting it as Nope does, this will be giving a +2 to all defense rolls for the rest of the scene to the ship. So, Roland St. James, it is your turn. You see Kiara energize your ship. It starts glowing softly temporarily. And you see these things coming in. The large one has not yet engaged, but seems to be approaching very quickly.
So, which one's about to get hit with the kickflip? Is it like that cluster of 3? Is it one of those?
Well, that's if Kai wants to push Leifei to make it go after all of those, maybe.
Okay. Let's force the issue. Captain, if I don't get the opportunity to say it, it's been a pleasure, however brief. And then Roland rushes off the front of the ship and then, like, dives out after the cluster of 3. Can I use Dervish with an overload to get me that extra amount of jump?
So your current jump radius is you can jump up to 2 distance vertically without a roll, or horizontally. You are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're 6 away. With a jump, you can up to triple that distance. If you get an 18 or higher, that'll triple your distance with a strong roll. If you're using Dervish, that could give you the distance with 2 applications on its own.
Ooh.
1 application will give you extra distance, and you'll need to roll a 10 or higher on strong to make the distance.
It's what the path would want, Benjamin.
Yeah. No. The path wants me to roll on it. So
All
I'm
right.
just going to use the 1 application.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Roland rushes forward. We see energy charged within him. Bounces 1 foot off the edge of the ship. You see a bolt of blue light just fire from his feet, launching him off the edge of the boat itself. You have a +1 to your roll. Give me a strong roll. Get higher than a 5 to avoid chaos. Get higher than a 10 to not start plummeting to your death. That is a 6. That is a 3. That is going to be chaos, Roland.
Okay.
You're going to take chaos?
I can't. Ty, you and I both know.
Okay, we're going to see what happens. This chaos is affecting you directly, since you were charging yourself to start dervishing and jumping across here. So go ahead and give us a chaos roll, and we'll see what happens. And then I make new character art in like a week. The target begins to mentally broadcast all their intentions, secret thoughts, and everything to everyone within range 4. This lasts until the end of the scene. Since this doesn't indicate what occurred with your jump, it just changed the power of Dervish into this. What does everybody hear you thinking as you notice no strength leaving from your legs? You still get to roll again to see if you can jump the distance, but your power didn't engage.
Woof. So everyone sort of sees, I guess, the sensation of ley lines, kind of like the life stream from Final Fantasy VII, and it's just like coming from everyone and going in multiple directions, and like oddly enough, there isn't an internal narrative inside of Roland. It's not like usually there's a passenger, someone like saying words. Not in there. It's just there just isn't one. And he's just going, and then he watches the ley line change to kind of swoop, and then he's just like, well, I guess this is happening now. Like it's just all going with it.
All right, give me a strong roll one more time, and we'll see how far you're able to leap.
Is this the one where I need an 18?
Yeah, if you want to make the entire distance.
He's going the distance.
He's going for speed.
I'm going the distance. That's it.
You might want to
Here's
ace
the thing.
that one.
I can't.
Why can't you ace?
Because I can't give myself aces.
No, you can use aces if you have them. You don't get the ace every round or every episode, the initial starting ace.
Oh my god. Woo!
Yeah, Woo Woo Fortune Teller just takes away the one you gain every episode.
Oh, okay. Wow. Whew. Okay, that's way different. Yeah, because we got the 2 from audience. Thank you, chat.
Yep. So you
Big
can.
fan.
Since you
chat.
didn't
Okay, here we go.
realize that, would you like to reverse the effects of the chaos? I'll give you that as an option if you want to go back to the beginning of that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, absolutely. And everyone can see the cool ley line cinematic. It's bonus cinematic for the extra content.
There you go. All right, so we'll start this off from before.
So deleted scene.
Before the chaos. Yeah, deleted scene. Everything rewinds for a second, and then we continue again. This is what Roland is imagining might happen in his head, but we get another chance. So
Is this strong or magical if I'm doing chaos?
it's strong in this case for this roll. When it comes to chaos rolls, oftentimes it'll be associated with whatever you're attempting to do. This is a 16. So this time, dervish kicks in. A blast of wind seems to follow Roland in the direction that he's traveling, and with a large, powerful gust, you see him just jump off the edge of the ship, flying the distance to the enemy. Which one are you aiming at? The top, middle, or bottom one? To the right.
The top one, and
Okay.
Roland would like to grab it and like weeb style throw it into the other one while still.
All right, so you
Like-
leap through the air, slam into it, and then try to twist and launch it into the other one. That's again going to require strong. You're out of your element, but you can give it a go. So give us another strong roll, opposed versus the opponent. The opponent, in an attempt to defend itself, gets a 7. To a 7! So you successfully grab a hold of it and twist, and then you kind of spin about. It doesn't go very far because that was a very low roll, but it drifts towards the other one, and the two of them lightly bink off of one another and begin spinning. You're still
Bumper cars.
attached to it, though, so it's...
Well, that's good because if I'm not attached to it, I'm going in the drink.
You bump the two of them together, but nothing much happens. But now you're actually on the outer body of this object, and you can see these metal plates. Now, this is definitely a technology that is advanced beyond what modern is capable of. A lot less rough, a lot less shiny, but made of some familiar materials. So you think that since you don't really know what Syl is, whoever invented this was an incredibly good modern inventor. Leifei, it's your turn. You have the ship, Captain. You got the helm, and you have it empowered to do some sort of sick skater trick. What are you attempting to do?
Leifei is pushing his foot back as he feels space magic flowing through this system right now. As he pushes his foot back, he sends it down, stomping. As it happens, the whole of the back of the ship starts moving down, and his front leg starts moving forward, and it's sort of felt through the whole of the ship as this thing is sort of raised up, as his leg is a fulcrum. And as it raises up, he's going to start to slam it into one of these octo rock
All right, so
entities.
it'll be easiest to hit the one closest to you. You can attempt to go after the three that are slightly further away if you wish. You are side to them, though. Remember that you're facing towards the big Kraken in the sky. So right now your direction is this way with your ship.
Ah, I see. He'll kick it into reverse then.
Okay, so you're gonna go straight back this way and try to slam into that one.
Yes, and as that is going on, he's twisting the front of the ship to hit them as
Okay.
well.
So you spin up, backwards, and twist it around. The whole thing does a... Have you ever been on a jet ski when someone spins it the entire, 360? The whole thing goes... You're doing that in sky. Can everybody on board the ship right now give me an agile roll just to keep your footing, not go over
That's fair.
edges, not have any problems?
I mean, this is Kiara's magic. It shouldn't affect
It's not
her.
a difficult roll at the moment, but Amos, you do struggle to hold on and have to grab onto the deck of the ship. Okay, there's an ace. He's gonna
Wow,
keep.
maybe if we would have installed
Oh,
the second
no.
Atmo generator.
Yeah, maybe if you had. So Amos starts to go over the rail when a small, muscular arm grabs a hold of him very tightly, and you see Scarborough. You're not going over the side, man. You see him grabbing onto the cannon a framework that holds it bolted to the deck as he holds you with the other arm, two little tiny Skixon arms straining under the weight of Amos and all of that armor.
They are definitely going to take a mechanized claw, dig it into the side of the ship, and wrench themselves over.
As you come back over the other edge, Scarborough pops down, kind of. Oh wow! Hero maneuver not so great on my shoulders. I didn't realize you're incredibly heavy, but you look like a tank, so you should. Yeah, good. You're good. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can get some artillery on the back of this thing.
So the ship spins around and now attacks with its own hull towards this little object. Leifei, give me an attack roll with the ship. That'd be agile +4 to the roll right now. The target tries to stay out of the way and gets a 5 to avoid you. And you get a 10! You succeed on hitting it with the hull of the ship. As the base smashes into it, your ship is going to take 1/4 of the damage that you're causing. In this case, that's going to act as a battering ram. It is going to be 66 points of damage. That's just piercing damage. The armor will not count for the enemy that you're hitting. So a total of 13 points of damage. That's a pretty low roll. You could ace that and try again.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, don't use one of yours. The Reverend sort of like mutters to himself, just like I foresaw, and then gives you an ace.
Reverend's woo-woo kicks in, recognizing that this was an issue that was going to come up in the future. Somehow he gains the attention, snapping his hand at the other robot, allowing the damage to change, this time to a 21. 21 damage, unblockable, armor penetrating, causes this thing just to shatter against the hull. And the ship itself takes 1/4 of that in damage, which in this case rounded up would just be 5 points of damage. 4 points. 4 points of damage. What am I doing? Keep opening the wrong things. Dad, everything's getting all screwy on my screen. Quit it.
Other side. Cannons are set.
Excellent.
I'll be coming back aboard in a second, Captain.
Please
There.
do.
That's what I was looking for. And the token. And destroyed the token. And it is gone. The ship has moved into that position, and that was Lei Fei's turn. And the giant creature itself now begins moving forward.
It gets scared and runs away, and we never have to deal with it again.
As it approaches, you see those massive tendrils begin flickering with electric energy. It raises them up towards the sky, and you see a bunch of electricity starting to charge onto the ends of the tendrils. You see a huge bolt of lightning appear at the top inside of the clouds, which then flies through the air, attempting to strike the ship. Lei Fei, give me a defense roll to try to avoid this, if at all possible. If anybody has a reflexive action that might assist, you can attempt to use that as well.
Certainly. I'll use my Siandari blood to block magic.
Lei Fei, do you wish the ship to avoid all damage? Or would you like to be struck by this bolt of lightning?
Hey, wait, that second one sounds awful.
Now, your opponent critically failed, so ask me if that's going to be awful.
I'm totally getting shot with that lightning bolt.
This massive beam of lightning flies through the air and slams into Lei Fei as he brings his arms up. You see him just hit. You can almost see through his body as he hits the ground, smoking. He begins to stand back up. This time, the clothes upon his chest, his kimono, some of that has been burned and torn away. And the Ioun Stone that is now floating in front of him seems to be glowing brightly, empowered and strengthened. Lei Fei...
he's taking after Tao. He's shirtless. He's taking after another captain.
After the Admiral. Lei Fei, you feel yourself empowered by this bolt of lightning. You have 2 rounds where nothing costs you overload, and where you can empower and strengthen the other attacks you choose to make. Obviously, that's not going to benefit you a great deal through the ship unless you get really creative, so maybe having somebody else drive for those 2 rounds is a good idea. It is now time for these little creatures. The one that is near Nohu. Why are these keep going invisible? Stop going invisible on me. Decides to turn as you're nearby and you scraped it. You see it just like turn with that cannon towards you and just try to shoot you point blank. What do you do, Nohu?
I'm gonna do a barrel roll.
All right, Nohu. Do we find out that when you barrel roll, you accidentally kick its own gun into its own face? Or do you find that these things happen to have a weakness you can engage from close range?
I'll go for the weakness.
All right, so as you turn and flip and spin, the opponent critically failing, you recognize that there is a series of power conduits located just under what would be like the frill of the chin on either side, that if you were to attack, that would cause extra damage with no armor in the way.
Perfect.
That is your turn there for the defending. The one that happens to have Roland on it immediately lights up as lightning radiates off of its exoskeleton, off of the shell, trying to shock you off of it. In order to avoid this damage, you have to make a tough roll that is higher than a 16 to avoid damage. Well, 16 or higher, yes.
So in the previous session, I activated my respect ability to. Oh wait, no, that was a while ago.
That was.
I will in response reactivate respect to take on the aspect of a air eternal, thus making me immune to lightning.
Lightning eternal.
All right. Oh, even better.
So, Roland, there you see like Roland's hair just start flowing backwards, and lightning starts arcing in between the fine fibers, and his skin kind of glows with the crackling energy. The lightning strikes you, runs up your body and down, and it's like you were hit in the face with a cold breeze. As some Eternals in the cloud around you give you their respect, and you hear a whispered,
"These things are imposters. Remove them for us. They call upon us, and they take our powers without our implicit... You know, they just take it, and I don't want to give it to them. That wasn't my... Just kill them all!"
Roland kind of like starts shouting, and I imagine it's in the breeze. It's like, well, if you have such a problem with them, you come down and help. We're all in the same boat here.
We're stuck in the... We can't. We're Eternals. We can't engage with the physical realm ourselves without someone making us.
Oh, well, I'm making you.
We'll see what happens on Roland's turn then. It's not your turn yet, Clay. There's still a few more of these. So the one that tried to shock Roland was unable to do so. The one in front of the Archimedes now opens fire, attempting to blast it for damage. Captain, give us a defense roll to avoid. The opponent gets a 10 to strike the ship.
Remember, you get +2.
Yes, +2 for the defense.
Oh.
Somebody get rid of that bot in chat. Ugh. Ugh.
13.
13. You're able to maneuver the ship in such a way the blast goes by harmlessly right above the decks. And then we have 1, 2, 3 of them piling up behind where Roland is at. And they immediately open up and start firing at Roland on the back of this other one. 3 shots coming at you, Roland.
Is there a way for me to just sort of like pivot my weight around so that it eats all of it?
You could use your strong as your defense and try to maneuver
I want to human
thing.
shield this thing.
All right, if you fail here, you're going to get hit by all of these unless they roll low enough. So if this is what you're wanting to do, give me a strong roll.
I think we all know I'm all about high risk, high reward. Here we go, baby.
Listen, if I give you +1s, this is the exact kind of shit.
Your opponent.
Let's go, baby.
Okay.
All right, I got 1 ace left. I'm using it.
All right.
This
Your
is good
opponent has
stuff.
a 16. You have to get a 16 or higher to pivot this thing around in midair.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Nat 20. Are you kidding me?
So they're all dead.
So
the Kraken surrenders.
I'm gonna give you 2 choices as usual. The one that benefits you the most is that they will be unable to hit you at all. This thing will take all the hits for you. The one that benefits you and your allies is that as you are turning this thing, you're able to deflect the shots around you, potentially striking the others. So this one won't take all of the damage. It'll be spread out a little more evenly.
Actually, I think that one's good for me too, because I'm sort of invested in this one not dying.
Okay.
Because I'm on it.
So 3 shots come at you, and as you spin this around, 1 shot bounces off of its armor and hits another one, bounces and hits another one to the side, and it takes a hit. So there's going to be 1 hit on each one of the targets nearby. So the one on the left in front of Nohu takes 8 points and explodes. The one that you are on takes 10 points and starts sputtering. And the one in front of the ship takes 8 points. So Nohu, the one that you were engaged in combat with, just explodes in midair and starts falling as shrapnel towards the ground.
Yeah, it knows better to explode instead of facing the great Nobu.
Clay, your turn.
So, technically, before my turn, since I haven't been attacked in a round, Ty, I would like to use Slippery Eel to make to gain opportunity on the big fuck off Kraken.
What is your range on that? Do you have
Does it
one?
have a range? Does it have a? I don't think it has a
Slippery Eel.
range.
Let's see. Nope, this would just be anything that's in the scene. So, yep, you now have opportunity on the giant one.
And it can't go away. So,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm going to just. Clay is going to just assume firing a cannon's as easy as a gun, and is gonna try to shoot the big one with a cannon.
So closest to you is Amos's cyclical cannon. It's got a little hand crank. It fires off continuous smaller arms shots.
Right, I'm looking for more traditional.
The one that Scarborough's in front of is a standard heavy cannon that fires off big shots. And then at the front, the very front of the ship, is a large catapult.
There we go. Let's go.
All right, so you move over to the catapult, and
luck is a thing, right?
and you see that there are a series of metal orbs with large spikes on them, just heavy ordnance, piled up around the edge of the catapult.
Clay can't lift those.
Maybe.
Give me a strong roll
Clay.
just to put this thing in the catapult. Give me a strong roll. They're the size of like a cantaloupe, so they're not that
That's
huge.
fair.
Yeah, you struggle with it, but you get it loaded in.
Yeah, great. Yeah, and then I will fire. I don't think I have any little sauce.
So you
put
can
on
only
there, right?
fire in the front arc off of the ship. It was spun around by Leifei, but that gives you up to range 8. So this is the arc you have.
Okay, so I see him just clipping the corner there, Ty. If we're going, I'm clipping the corner.
You're clipping the corner of tendrils that are moving through the air. If you're talking about the big one.
That is true.
If you could turn the whole catapult, but you had a hard time lifting its ammunition.
Yeah.
So
Can I just wait and yell backwards? If we could just point a little closer to the big one, I'd appreciate it. And then just hold.
all right, so you're gonna wait to fire until you have an appropriate thing to aim at. Nohu, we're back to you. The one in front of you has collapsed. You do know a weakness on these things now.
I know, so I'll start flapping my wings all the way over here to be next to that one. And you know what sounds good at this time? Boarding. Let's board the small ship, see if there's either some hatch or anything that I can rip apart and start messing around with conduits and such.
You get close to
Especially
that one. That one's the one that Roland is currently grabbing onto and holding himself on. He's actually on the other side of it.
Oh, well. Oh, it's already using that spot.
Yeah, he's already on that one, although you could climb on it too.
No, I'll try to take the one to the south of it. That one.
So you're going to move
It's
down
possible.
just a little further and then try to grab onto it. Give me an agile roll as you attempt to dock with this thing. And you land on its surface. As you land there holding onto it, like rain flashing around you, your little claws digging into it as best you can. You start looking for some sort of access panel or whatnot. Give me an aware roll.
Oof, almost a 20.
With a 15, all you can identify is this thing is similar to an iPhone, created out of one continuous sheet of metal.
What about the weakness that I found?
The weakness is underneath the edges of it, where it happens to have conduits that actually supply power to the rest of the device. That's why it's exposed important elements.
All right, then I'll have to aim at it and see if I can, rejigger with the power coupling. See if I can either send it like in a straight line against one of the other ships, or maybe cut off the power entirely. See what way I can mess around with it.
All right. So give me a brains roll as you attempt to reconfigure this technology if possible. And no, you gained an ace from McSherry for being the best adventurer.
You know it. Thanks.
That is a 20. Okay. You happen to attach your PDO to this thing, and you immediately start trying to work on it as best you can. You do believe you've gotten control of its directional-based engine, so you can change the direction it's flying.
Oh, then I'll see if I can send it into a crash course with the big ugly one.
With the giant one?
With the giant one.
All right, so on its turn, it will begin moving in that direction. It will still compete against you to try to gain control again. But Nohu grabs a hold of this one and immediately starts flying off towards the giant sky kraken. Amos.
I wish I had a hat. Yeehaw!
Amos, we're back to you. You've climbed back onto the ship. You've dusted yourself off. What are you doing now?
Amos is gonna. Oh, this is Nohu we're talking about, and we got hit pretty hard, right?
Yep.
How's the charge looking, Ty?
The charge on your armor is just starting to build up, but it is a close range charge.
Can I roll chaos, funnel it into a cyclical cannon, and aim it in a wrong button. Aim it kind of like a railgun in the direction of the giant Sky Terror.
The Sky Terror is that'd be 100 feet away, about 110 feet from where you're currently at. It would require 3 applications of chaos targeting your armor to try to cause that kinetic buildup to blast that thing at this range.
I want to funnel it through the cyclical cannon.
You're gonna funnel the energy into the cyclical cannon.
Yes.
Okay, give me a magical roll in this case as you try to turn your cyclical cannon into a magical railgun. Get higher than a natural 15 to avoid chaos.
Actually, more like a magical machine gun.
Magical machine gun, okay.
And if I punch through anything, and if I don't hit it, I'm probably just going to hit something along the way.
This is going to be focusing likely on, I'd say space aether. So let's see what happens. Give us a magical roll.
Sure.
That is a 13. Unfortunately, it's not higher than a 15, so you are going to have chaos happen.
Let's hit it.
All right.
I'm not ready to use my aces this heavily.
And here you go. Give us a roll on the chaos table. This is going to be focused on the cyclical cannon in front of you.
D20, right?
No, I just sent you the link to the to the random table.
Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Hell almighty! Here we go.
The target is only able to say the last word they uttered for the next 24 hours. I'm going to have you re-roll that. This is not something that's technically able to speak, so we will choose a different roll. 85. Okay. The cannon begins exuding an incredibly powerful cold. So terribly biting that the rain starts freezing around it as it comes down on the deck. Amos, your armor immediately has a sheen of frost just rip across it. It's going to continue getting colder until everything within range 6 freezes solid unless this is dealt with. That is the ship. It is going to freeze the entire ship solid soon.
Can I roll chaos again?
Not now. You'd have to wait till your next action.
Okay, but the cannon does fire.
Nope, it is frozen solid now. That's unfortunate. Amos has created a time bomb on your own ship. Scarborough turns, reloads his cannon, turns and looks at you, and you see like ice start like forming in icicles down the front of his fur. What did you do?
It's this armor.
Oh, okay. That explains it. I mean, it was made by know who after all.
Yeah, you
didn't
know
say
who.
the phrase. Say the phrase, Amos. Save us all.
Oh,
So-
God.
That is that action. Kiara, we're back to you. As a intense biting cold strikes you, your clothing becomes stiff and difficult to move in.
Fire gets rid of ice, right?
I mean,
So if I were to like chaos some fire using I know some
This
tricks,
is
it would
how-
get rid of this ice, right?
this is how you all kill each other, and I don't have
Actually,
to deal with it at all.
got a
I mean,
plan.
This
this
wasn't
is,
what I
Ice.
wanted to do.
Do the other dumb thing. I have plans with that actually.
Okay.
If we leave it.
All right, I'll do the
freezing.
other dumb thing.
do the other dumb thing.
No, this is actually the better dumb thing. Can I empower the ship once again with getting flashy to therefore make all of the guns be able to bounce up to 3 times, hitting 3 different targets with a +2 to each attack roll?
Again, 3 applications would get you there, but
Let's do it.
I think you're now over your limit, so you're starting to take
yeah,
damage.
That's fine.
Could probably do less for like 1 cannon though, right?
Yeah,
But
two
that's no fun.
2 applications can be 1 cannon.
That's no fun. I'll take the damage. It's fine.
You have to remember that every application of chaos you all take counts as 1 overload. So if you're taking 3, that's 3 overload you're using, especially
Fair.
when attached to an ability. So in this case, you used 1 ability before at 3 applications to flip the ship.
So that's
That would have been
yeah.
4 plus 4.
so I'm at 8.
You're now at 8. So that would have given you 3 plus 1 damage. So you should have
4 damage.
28 damage. 28 health is where you're at. So you've taken some. All right.
I'm fine.
So here we go. You're doing 3 applications of chaos. Again, give me
Yes.
a magical roll as you attempt to trigger all the weapons to be able to bounce shots. That is not high enough. That is not high
One
enough
high.
either. That's an 11.
It's my last days. Let's hope it works. Oh, no,
That
it did
is
not.
A 7. All right, chaos table it is. Chaos
Woo!
affecting all of your weapons on the ship, all of your big
It's
cannons.
What's it gonna do? Make it colder?
We're gonna know the guns' intentions. We're gonna know what all the guns are thinking.
that's
We
true.
will all be red iron.
There's an ace provided by
Butterflies,
McSherry.
Oh,
butterflies.
I'll use that.
the guns
Because the
get to
guns
meet
would
their
become afraid
player.
of body hair. Which
You
want to
do that because that will cause all your guns to escape the ship.
No, I'm
Yeah.
gonna re-roll. I'm gonna re-roll the magic roll from
Okay, reroll the magical
from
roll.
previous.
No, please. Amos did some shady stuff to get
That's
those cannons.
still not good, so I'll let you reroll on chaos again, since
Okay.
we're going from that
We
point.
don't want the guns to all jump off the ship. Weird.
Let's see. Chains to another random target within range 2. This keeps happening until there are no new targets to chain up to each target after the first of the same
I
effect
might
of
have just
features
given
first
all of
took.
our enemies
There's no
the ability
ability or
to bounce
effect
shots.
associated with this roll against you. The effect happens within range 2.
Oops.
No, because it's ranged
2.
Ooh.
2. Yeah, it affects this
Only the
target, this target. So it hits 1, 2. It's not going to hit anybody other than that. So a chaining energy starts flowing around and moving through the ship very rapidly as it strikes each and every one of you and then bounces from the ship to one of these draglings flying off in the air, over to Roland, over to Nohu, over to another one of these. You now all have your next attack able to bounce at up to 3 targets
With a +2.
with a +2. And Kiara, you're feeling a bit energized and tired at this point.
Woo!
So it is now Roland's turn. Roland,
When
as
did
you're
you
there,
become so magical?
Roland addresses his new friends. My fellows from the Undying, enter into me. Let me speak your parlance. Come into me and we will do the sickest shit. We will do the most badass stuff. And everyone, and I say everyone, and I say everyone, and I say everyone will think you are so cool.
do you have an ability you can use to try to trigger this, or are you just going straight out your butt?
Nope. I totally have an ability. I totally have a very all right, so check it out. It's a little ability called Fire Within, and it allows me to channel lightning, causing an attack to arc.
Yes.
to anyone within range 2. I'm wanting the Eternals to just blanket everybody.
So you want to increase it to make that attack arc further than it should normally.
Let's just mess them all up, and it bounces twice.
Okay, so currently it is empowered already by Kiara's special attack.
Yeah.
However, if you're looking to have the Eternals assist you, we're looking at Chaos again.
Okay.
So how many applications of Chaos are you looking at? 1, 2, or 3?
How many do we need?
Well, one application would increase the effectiveness of this ability by about twice.
Okay.
So every application after that's about another times 2. Currently you're at 5 overloads, so...
I want to hit... I'll take some damage, it's fine. I want to hit all of them.
All right.
How much to hit all of them?
To hit everyone, it would be all 3 applications, so that puts you up to 9 overload.
Let's
so you
do
have
it.
now taken 3 points of damage.
9 overload.
Uh-huh.
Have we been... Hold on. Ty, have we been... Have I been increasing overload and you being increasing overload? Because I think I was at 5.
You were at 5, but you just used 4 to pull out 3 applications of Chaos. It's 1 for your ability, and then 1 for each application of Chaos.
Oh, man. I'm so bad at this game. Thank you.
Nick Sherry has provided you an overload reduction of 1, so that does bring you back
Thank you,
down a
Miss
little
Sherry. Justice is served.
This is magic. So go ahead, give us a magical roll. Get higher than a 15 to avoid chaos.
I'm really good at these, and I have
So
no
you all are
aces.
sitting here trying to see if you can break my game. I see how this road works. That is a 12. You are going to have a chaos effect.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I can't help with that.
This is targeting yourself.
Oh, but it causes it to fail, doesn't it? Oh, man.
Yeah, the effect has
this
failed.
sucks.
But the chaos, well, not necessarily. There are some things that can still make it happen in chaos.
It was going to
but
be super cool.
we're
All right,
about to
here we
see what sort of super cool thing happens to Roland. Here we go. Oh, okay. In this case, with 3 applications of chaos, Roland feels an eternal enter their body. This being, now speaking into your mind,
I'm here. I'm here. We are the storm. We are the lightning. Let's kill them all.
and suddenly Roland's arms kind of burst out as 2 extra arms come out of his body. You see his legs split and his face twist and open into mandibles as a massive insectoid creature is what Roland becomes.
Not what I had planned, but I appreciate the efforts.
I'm gonna move Noah around so you can see where it's at. But Roland, yes, technically you've gained in size. You can now bite things with much stronger mandible-style attacks, and I will say you are currently flying. But that was your action. You're now housing.
Oh, I got wings?
Yeah, you are a part lightning bug. Leifei, you are currently still piloting the ship and empowered.
I'm empowered. He's piloting the ship still. He's gonna move the ship and what was? Let me just look at my book right now. He's going to go into a maneuver to make the cannons have a. God, what was it called? He's going to maneuver the ship so that the catapult and the cannons can fire better.
Okay, so you're going to twist them at like a 45-degree angle towards the giant bug. Giant bug. And now I'm thinking giant bug because there's a giant bug there, but I mean towards the sky kraken. All right, so you maneuver the ship over just a little bit, putting it in a position where you're able to fire the catapult at this time, Rob.
Great. And how much chaos would it be? Because Clay seeing all this. My gun can entangle things, so how hard would it be to put my gun's effect on this metal ball?
You'd have to attach your gun to the metal ball, and then
No. Okay, we're just gonna fire it then and have it bounce.
you don't want to lose your gun. All right, fine.
I spent so much money on this gun, y'all.
Like just one shot.
Right.
That's all I need.
That's one opportunity. Okay.
All right, so you twist, you aim with the catapult, and away you launch this giant metal ball. Give us your attack roll. That is nice. 27.
How's a 27? dude?
Opponent gets a 17. You're able to hit them. The ball flies through the air, smashes into this thing's side. Give me a damage roll. 6d6 points of damage.
Ooh. Whoop. And let's not forget the additional 13 damage because I have opportunity on it. So
40 points of damage.
40 points of damage, and it bounces. So let's get those two guys over there.
It
that are
does, you're
nearest to
right. So it turns and bounces between
So then
the
I
other two
make
targets.
other attack rolls against it, right?
Yes, as long as you
Alright.
hit the next target, it'll bounce again.
Ooh.
The opponent gets a 10 versus your 10. You succeed. So
Great.
roll for damage again. This one is without your opportunity.
Oh, there we go. Yes, that's
Bang!
right. That's not-
Smash! The ball bounces, hits one, bounces down, hits another, twist to the side, starts flying towards the last one.
And ooh.
Critical.
No, I'll ace that one. Whoo! We're on it. We're doing good here. Let's not end that on that note. Let's try one more time. Okay.
The last shot misses.
I can take it too.
Last attack is gone, so that one bounces off, smashes into the big Kraken, bounces off one, and flies off towards the
That's 40
void.
points of damage. Hit that big guy.
And Leifei, you still have your final action remaining since you just turned the ship. What are you going to do?
Okay, so I am the helmsman right now.
Yes.
Am I also considered at the captain's post?
Yes.
Can I fire the cannons?
So you're going to just trigger the cannons from there?
Yes.
All right. Would you like to discharge your lightning with it?
Yes.
So you grab a hold of the control mechanism that is designed to set these cannons up to fire, and then you ram it forward as an arc of lightning comes down from your arm, moves through the wiring into the cannons, and they blast at the same time towards the giant Kraken. Give us an attack roll, please. You have two of them, actually, because you're firing off two shots.
Double pog. What am I using for the attack roll?
This would just be your aware plus 2 for each one of these shots. The opponent gets a 16 and a 34. 34, actually. No. 29.
34?
You hit with the first one. You miss with the second one. So one shot hits. Give me 3d6 damage. 4d6 damage for these cannons. Excuse me. And then you have the lightning bolt. Lightning bolt is 4d8 damage.
13 and
4d8.
48.
All right.
and 18, that's 31.
That is 31 points of damage. This strikes this thing. Then the lightning bolt arcs off of it and comes back into the next target.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Give me
then it
another
bounced.
attack roll, please, as you go to strike the nearby threat.
Literally, this move is
damage
so
roll or-
cool.
Or the attack roll.
The attack roll. So it bounces back and starts heading towards this one.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. 16.
And you strike that one, roll damage. So this would just be the 48. 16 points. And that one is exploded after the bounced off catapult shot. Shatters it in the sky. And then the next shot bounces over to the next target. Give me another attack roll.
Well, I can do that, yes.
Bless.
I thought I was at the end of my rope. Add 2 to this.
That is a 22. The opponent tries to defend, trying to move into position, gets a 14 or 24. Unfortunately, that shot goes awry.
Add a 2 to that.
You have a 24. That's right, because you get your plus 2. You strike. Give me another 48 points of damage. 22 points.
22.
That one hasn't been hit by anything else yet. So that one is seriously injured, but not destroyed. Your lightning bolt bounces and arcs between a bunch of these things. That's what Roland was trying to do, but unfortunately. So it is not destroyed, but that was it. The giant creature now moves a bit closer. You see a bunch of little things exiting its abdomen as it launches more of these little tiny things out to the sides. And you see it lunge forward with one massive tendril, trying to strike right here, cleaving through the machine that Roland is currently flying next to. So this will potentially hit Roland, Nohu, and the Archimedes.
Roland's just gonna let go because he can fly now.
We'll start out with Nohu, who's in the
Question.
way, on the back of the
I
other.
was on the one on the south. So
You are. We never moved your character. I apologize. Yes, you are down there. So this would just be Roland. Roland, you let go and just kind of fly backwards. Give me a defense roll. The opponent gets a 25 to hit you.
Yeah, that's pretty good though, right? Like a 20, that's good enough. That'll be
Because
fine.
of your
Like full
airborne
average.
status and the fact that you have wings, you actually have a +4, like you have cover. That puts you at a 24, but you're one shy from escaping damage.
Can I roll strong to stay attached to the big guy and have it absorb that last one?
You said you jumped off to defend yourself.
Okay, fine. All right, you win.
Just vamp
All right.
charmingly for like a minute and a half. I'm
Roland
sure chat
is
will give you a
about
+1.
to get clipped, and then we're going to have Lefe, you roll for defending the ship.
Certainly.
The opponent gets a 20 to strike the Archimedes.
I'll take a 16. No.
So it's an 18 because of the +2. And I would like to, because it just successfully hit Roland, use How Are You? And I'm going to yell at this Kraken. You know, I don't know what you are, but I'm sure as hell I'm going to try to make some calamari or some shite at you.
It can't
And
hear
it
you
has
from that
3
distance in the
distraction.
storm.
What? That's fair.
There's an ace to Lefe.
That's fair.
I'll take it.
You're
There
still
we go.
getting hit. The ship is about to be struck. Roland, you're being hit a glancing blow. So in the case of damage, it is hitting your ship. Roland, you will be taking a 1/4 of this damage.
That's a lot of dice that were just rolled.
32 divided by 4 is 8 damage to Roland and 32 damage to the Archimedes. I need to see if there were any complications involved in the strike against the Archimedes. There is. All right, let's see what happens. The Archimedes is struck across the bow of the ship on the deck. From where everybody's currently stationed, in the positions that they are within, a very solid shearing crack splinters apart much of the deck. Straight through this direction, the cannon that happened to be on the deck, freezing everything, twists and falls inside with Amos next to it. Kiara, give me an agile roll. And Amos, give me an agile roll to not fall down into the kitchen.
Oof.
How many times are we gonna have to fix the deck of this freaking ship? It's been like 3 or 4.
That's the biggest
It's
part.
been quite a bit, yeah.
Hey, Ty, could
Yes.
I argue endurance? I am one to choose to jump off of large objects onto other objects, and I feel as though I should be able to make the choice not to fall into this giant crack in the ship.
I mean, I guess you can roll endurance for that. Go for it.
Thank-
Amos, you're able to stay on top, but that cannon rolls down into the interior of the ship and begins freezing.
No, it doesn't.
It did.
What do I need to do?
Kiara,
Do I need to tear the gun off the emplacement?
you're going to have to grab it from down below. Kiara,
What
you
do I-
have moved back and stayed on there. The massive tendril moves past, and as it rips through the ship in one direction, you see that barbed, lightning-soaked end twist over, and as it comes back, it comes to scrape across the deck, trying to shear the Archimedes in half at the same time. Lefe, it's coming back out. Give me another defense roll.
What if you just turn the ship really fast and break its arm off?
This swing on the return has a 24.
Jesus Christ.
Good thing I can beat it. One day.
Don't appear to have
Eventually.
beat it.
Just not today.
As the massive arm strikes back through the ship, both Kiara and Amos are out of trying to stay back out of the way. The huge tendril just rakes back in the other direction. This time, causing more damage to the ship.
And then have some duct tape.
53 points of damage. You see a huge split appear inside of it, and sections of the ship now begin creaking and wobbling away from one another. Alright. The ship now technically has half of its remaining health left and is sundered very badly. And it is now the little tiny thing's turns. So, now that it's the little tiny thing's turns, Nohu, you are on the back of one. You get to drive this towards the big mama. Give me a strong or a brains roll to keep control over this thing.
Brains roll. All right.
You got a 15 versus your opponent's 15. You have succeeded in the tie. You still are driving it, and you just drive it straight towards this massive object, just getting larger and larger and larger in front of you.
You know it.
So you just ram it into it?
Well, if these things had like structural weakness, I'll try to see if the big one has an even bigger structural weakness.
Give me an aware roll, if you will.
Flawless logic.
7.
Let's say that.
All right.
Just had to fish for it. Just have
No.
to wish really, really hard.
With a nat 20, do you wish to, A, recognize the construction of any of the sill on this world and what their weaknesses are? Or do you want to see the most impactful location that you could harm the giant sky kraken with yourself?
Oh man, myself. That would be so cool to bring it down, but I don't think I can. Let's go with seal weaknesses inherently.
All right. So on this thing, there is a large... well, for one, as you're looking at it, as you've gotten much closer, you can see that the materials used here are very much Terran. They're very much the ones that come from Myocenas. This isn't seeming to use sil metal. So when manufactured, they obviously didn't have access to their greatest resources. Permeable metals that can mutate and change on their own. You also notice that there is, located all along this giant thing, various vents that could be used to cause some internal damage. But there is one major source on the top of it, very top, about 10 feet across, that seems like the greatest amount of damage could occur there. You think that its powered unit, whatever it is using to stay afloat, to stay flying, whatever, is under that panel.
No, well, that sounds like the perfect place to crash land a thing like half its or 3 times half its size. Sure.
So you're going
why
to try
not?
to fly up and smash it into the top of this thing.
Yeah.
All right, so you begin piloting it up there. You're going to have to wait until your next turn to actually accomplish that.
Got it.
So the Sill's next turn, the little thing you're currently riding. So the one in front of Roland, now seeing that weird bug thing, just turns its cannon up and just tries to shoot you.
We'll try to do the old bug juke.
All right, give me a defense roll. You are at minus.
I'm at minus a lot right now. Yeah.
A classic maneuver.
Listen, have you ever tried to shoot a gun on a bug out of midair? Come on.
Use a gun to shoot a bug out of midair. The shot goes off and is going to strike. Roland,
So it goes.
you are going to take 5 points of damage, reduced by 2 because of your hard exoskeleton.
Ha ha!
You currently have 2 damage reduction.
Take that, Dad.
Roland gets another overloader loose from McSherry.
I'm gonna need it.
Another Dregling flies in from behind you, and another one from behind you as well, as 2 more shots go off at the bug flying in the air.
Why are you taking this personally? It was the dwarf that done a bunch of damage to you. I ain't doing nothing so far except turn into a bug.
The first one gets a 23 to hit you. The second one gets a 15.
Hold on. Are they? Hold on. I want to check and see. Are they in like the? Are they across from each other?
They are, yes, very close to one another.
Can I just stop flying?
Just drop. Use that as your ability to move. That will give you a +6 to your defense roll.
And maybe they'll hit each other.
Possibly. Give us a go. So
right.
give me a defense roll, and you have +6, and this will just be 1 for each of these attacks. You have to beat a 22 to avoid 1 point, and nope.
I'm so good at this game, y'all. I'm amazing at this. This is great.
You go to stop flying, and as you're just drifting there without moving, both those shots just smack into you pretty hard. So you'll be reducing this by 4 damage, so you take, ouch, 17 points of damage total.
I gotta take some wounds here.
So the first shot, and one hits you in the chest, one is gonna hit you in the head. You do have a ping though, that could shatter that first point of damage.
A what?
You have a ping. Your armor. You happen to have a helmet on that can be shattered off.
Oh yeah, let's get rid of that. That's good. Yeah.
All right.
See ya.
So that ping is gone. So that means you will only instead take 13 points of damage, and
can I?
You can take a wound.
Yeah, I gotta take a wound.
McSherry has healed Roland, granting you 4 health back.
Wow.
Where do you wish your wound to go?
Let's. I don't need that many legs. Let's just grab a left leg there.
Okay. As you go to take a wound to your left leg, we will remove that wound off of there because you shattered off one of the extra legs you had.
Oh right, I have.
Has blown apart. You feel a stinging sensation, and you are technically taking distractions, but you don't currently suffer from distractions based on your build. All right, so you're now free falling. You've taken some additional hits, and one of your legs was blown off, but you're still alive.
It's super weird to be like a bug paragon paladin preacher fighting flying robot squids. This is like a whole lot of nouns.
True. We got a few more coming in now. The ones that see no who attached to the other one's back that are charging at the mother have turned, and you see large tendrils grasp out, trying to grab a hold of you to pull it off.
Oh no.
First one coming at you gets 19 to grab you. 20! You succeeded avoiding the first one. Second one comes out and gets a 9 to grab you. No, you got a +1 to this roll? That is only a 5-6. So the second one grabs a hold of you by the waist. Oh, you're acing. All right. 9. Same.
10 technically with that +1.
Yep. All right, there you go. So with a 10, you're able to just kind of scurry to the side. Arm reaches out and misses. Scurry to the other side. The other tendril comes out and misses. And you're still firmly attached to the one. This thing flies forward, and you see it open fire. Big shots towards the ship. Already having taken a lot of damage, Leifei, give us a defense roll for the ship. The opponent gets a 10 to strike the ship.
I'll get a 19.
Yep, you are able to spin the ship around a little bit. You hear it creaking, groaning, and moaning. The deck itself splintering, bits of wood and stuff fall down below. The engines, one of them begins smoking.
As it fully twists, I'm going to reflexively enter into Flash of Red.
Okay. What are you going to use as your weapon that you're going to draw?
The ship. It's a flash of red.
Of course. All right, Clay. Let's see. Hold on one moment here. So flash of red as a reflexive. It's not really designed to use the ship, but
I am super powered, bro.
You are. I will allow it because you have one action left that you can use this with. On the target's next turn at the end of the round, whichever comes first, you will have this attack go through. Have you ever seen the you know, in the sequel trilogy for Star Wars, when the light speed maneuver happens?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Clay.
Yeah, what do you think I'm trying to do?
Clay,
Okay.
you're up first.
I'm gonna turn to Amos. All right, Mr. Walking Bank Fault, if you can get that freezing gun in the catapult, I think we can make something beautiful happen. I'm gonna try some shade. So, Tyson, I'll go up to triple chaos. I want to project into this thing, the big one, using my brand new false reputation, and I want to essentially try and just, even for just like a little bit, override some command protocols by like saying like, sibling, no, this is wrong. You are attacking the wrong ship. Quickly, it will get to what you are trying to protect if you do not leave.
Try to convince it that there's a different Archimedes somewhere else.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Uh-oh.
Excuse you.
We have lost a Benjamin.
He said he
Hello.
froze, and he'll be right back.
Of course. Hi, everybody.
Are you
I'm half
trying
ahead.
to sweet talk a suit of armor?
He is trying to sweet talk a suit of armor. 3 applications.
Sure, why not?
Give me a charming roll, and we'll see if you're able to succeed at this thing. And you have to get higher than a 15 to avoid chaos. Focused on
Of course.
your throat.
Great. All right. So let me add my modifier. So I'm gonna get a +7 before anything.
The opponent's resistance roll to avoid your effect is an 18.
Huh?
That's
Sure,
a
why not?
critical failure.
Oh, God!
And I
Bless
can't reroll it. I don't think, can I? Because I'm
Yeah,
against a
you're
Titan.
against a Titan. There's no rerolls available against a Titan class.
All right.
Titan
Let's
equivalent
see
enemy. So you're just rolling chaos. McSherry, we appreciate the ace. Clay gets it. You get to have it,
Great.
but you
Yes.
cannot roll
You can't use
aces
it.
on a Titan
Oh,
equivalence.
that
And
was
we
very
I'm
will
glad
when
Benjamin and
opposed.
Kai left to not see
All
those.
right.
Clay,
So,
targeting your
just-
own throat. What happens?
there we go. My own person, if it makes more sense. But yeah.
The target begins exuding a gentle peppermint smell, granting +1 to all brains rolls to anyone nearby for the rest of the scene. So in this case, the overwhelming odor and sensation of peppermint, because this is a critical failure,
Yeah.
now causes an intense burning sensation in your own throat. As Clay is standing there trying to talk, you see like saliva and tears rolling down his face. The back of his throat is burning, and everyone nearby is also starting to have that same effect impact them as this stretches
Cold
over a
spicy.
range 10 area. You have maced the deck with peppermint. Everybody else roll tough,
Okay.
please. Kiara, Amos, Leife.
I hate everything about this. Tough? I'm not good at that.
Old spicy.
Kiara, you
Love
begin
it.
hacking, coughing, and choking. Amos, you're able to hold it off, but your eyes are blurry, and there's a bit of a stinging sensation constantly hitting you. Everybody that is under this impact, in the case of Clay, you now have 5 distractions. So that is you and Kiara both have 5. We need a tough roll from Leife as well, as this massive
maced the
pepperminty
deck.
mace hits everybody on the deck.
Now,
Can I argue?
I would. One thing I do just want to say, because it is a natural one. Can I choose an effect that more affects me though, and won't like bomb my friends? I don't know what that looks like, but like because it is a natural one, could I argue that?
You would
You
rather
wanna-
have this affect you only.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I really want to see what you interpret that
Okay.
Into a peppermint stick.
as. Yeah.
So, this incredibly intense, overpowering sensation hits you, starting at your throat, moving up and down. And as you sit there coughing and hacking, blood starts coming out of your mouth as well, as your vocal column begins to be disintegrated, as well as your tongue. and you find that until you have been magically healed or mechanically augmented, you have lost your ability to speak.
Okay.
That's the one thing you can do.
Actually,
Love it.
I think I might have something.
The powerful scent of peppermint exudes from Clay as he sits there coughing and gagging and spitting out blood at the front of the deck.
We're fine. But I have a second action, right? Maybe.
You do have a second action.
Cool.
Can't use an ability, of course.
Right. But how far? So it's still pretty far away, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will just take a pot shot at one of the ones that's pretty injured.
Give me a strong roll as you attempt to lift another cannonball or
just a
catapult.
pacha with my
Oh, you're shooting.
pistol.
Okay.
Yeah. Am I still at the 5 distractions? That seems totally fair if I am.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Bang! 12. The
Straight.
nearest threat. Which one were you targeting so I know who it was?
I don't know. I don't have a track of which one's most damaged, but the one that's most damaged that's not my friend's arm, one of my friends isn't attached to.
The most damage is that one. That's the one that Roland was attacking earlier. So that puts you at you hit it. You actually did hit it.
Woo! No consequences ever.
Give me a damage roll.
5 distractions, still succeeding. As you did.
That is a double on Snake Eyes. 6 points of damage. Bang! That is just enough to cause one engine just to... and it starts careening out of the sky.
Yes. Victory.
All right.
Hey, I call that a win overall.
Nohu, we're on to your turn. In order to do something related to the creature underneath you, you have to wait until its action to move, unless you wish to do something else.
I wish to do something else. So you know that spanking brand new ability that Nobu has, something about creating grenades and how last game I asked you if I could create
Modify
a
them.
few of them.
Yeah.
Create a few of them. Well, you know what? Let's just use them all, stuff them into the ship to make a bigger payload. Because why not?
You're stuffing all of them into what now?
Into the ship, you know. You
Oh,
said
into
that
this
there
thing.
was
Right.
Yeah.
So you take all
What
your...
did you think?
Nohu grabs all of these grenades, all glowing various random colors and attached with a bunch of little devices to them, and stuffs them all and attaches them to the top of this thing he's riding.
And you now just to see the fireworks go up.
All right, you're still on that thing, however, at the moment, so...
Yeah, but you know, this is Nohu's like a train of thought. These are grenades, they do fire damage, so the collision is going to be bad, but you know, collision plus fire damage plus Nohu being immune to fire damage means Nohu just jettison in the opposite direction of the
That's
collision.
not
Once
But
the-
Exactly.
Nobu knows he survived.
That's not
grenades,
exactly how
Version.
concussive force works, but whatever you say.
You dare to go against Nohu's science thinking? Do you want a brains roll?
Alright, well, we'll just move on from there. As Nohu has strapped a bunch of explosives he
Thank
plans
you.
to ride out. And Amos, we're up to you. That cannon has fallen down below deck. You now see everything under there covered in ice, and the ship itself is starting to grow dangerously cold on the interior.
So, a couple things happen. First off, no, Clay does not speak. I use Impressive Presence, my reflexive action, to tell them to go below deck and seek medical aid or something because they just started talking funny in the middle of combat.
And then what?
Then Amos is going to pick up the cannon and start shooting again.
Alright, so you're going to pick up the cannon and bring it back up to the deck?
I mean, if they got to shoot through an opening in the wall, sure.
All right. So just to say, the cyclical cannon that you have there is still impacted with this Aether effect and is now frozen completely solid. You won't be able to fire with it normally. As you jump down, you feel this intense radiating cold starting to blister the tips of your fingers and your scales.
That case, I'm just gonna have Amos absorb, like literally just take the charge out of the cannon.
You're going to try
If you
to
will,
absorb that effect on yourself?
No, I'm gonna put the effect, turn that into energy, and divert that directly into the armor.
Into the armor. Okay. That's a chaos roll, my friend. At least 2 applications will transfer it straight to your armor.
Hit me.
You're now going to be taking damage from overload. And give me a tough roll to see if you're able to transfer this across. Hit higher than a 10 to avoid chaos. How many chaos rolls is that this episode? That, sir, is
Many.
chaos.
Wait, can I just argue wisdom?
Yes, you're doing something that you're hoping to be intelligent and keep that energy from freezing the ship solid.
No, intelligence is text in a book. Wisdom is experience.
Yeah, the way it's designed in the case of virtue is just if you're doing something that is measured, thoughtful, and that you're doing as an attempt to overcome things with logic and with knowledge. I would agree, though, that yes, that is something you can use to roll. Here, go for it.
I would argue, though, that since I'm using wisdom, Amos would be wise enough to know that this shouldn't be happening, and this is how they do it safely.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Give me a tough roll. Get higher than a 10 to avoid chaos. That is a 10. That is not higher than a 10, unfortunately. So this is chaos. This is chaos, but it is targeting the cannon again. You were attempting to transfer that energy into your armor. So it is currently completely full of ice aether and is radiating a serious amount of that. There's an ace provided by McSherry. You can re-roll.
I've also got a +1 from McSherry.
You do. All right. You want to re-roll that, or would you like to roll chaos and then roll on that table again if you don't like it?
I'm gonna roll tough one last time.
Okay. There goes.
I'm gonna bank that +1
Okay.
because it's gonna end badly.
That is a 10. That is not higher than a 10.
Can I still use the +1?
That doesn't change the natural roll. So chaos it is.
Such is fate.
I'm just trying to see how often you can all do this without
Prepare-
literally destroying all of your own stuff.
Prepare to meet yourself.
To be fair, it's not my stuff, so I'm okay with destroying it.
You'll know why Amos is fighting to fix that cannon. Ty, if you'd be so kind as to hand me the dice,
Yes,
so I
sir.
can meet my fate with dignity.
That
There
cannon.
you are,
delivered
Amos. You should
Amos'
have
second
the
son.
chaos roll available to you now. Did you get the chaos table roll?
Still digging through all my maps and charts and everything.
All right. Just as a word to everybody here, there is a quick bar at the bottom of Fantasy Grounds. If you take a cog and you drag it onto that quick bar, you can bring up that anytime you want. There we go. And the ability causes the caster to hiccup, then require a nearby element other than air to breathe. They receive +1 distraction every 10 seconds. They can use the element distraction. This device doesn't have to breathe, so I will make you re-roll that.
Huh.
This device doesn't think, so you can re-roll that as well.
Red Iron would beg to differ. Thank you.
That's true, but he's not here.
Shoot, shoot, shoot.
That was
Okay.
the whole character tie.
For the next 24 hours, the target of the ability cannot touch liquids. They flow away as if alive. If trapped, becomes steam and fly out of reach. So, as this thing is extending energy, cold energy, that is designed to freeze everything, encompassing all of the water in it, instead, of freezing it, it turns into steam. Amos, your blood begins boiling out of your body as you're standing in front of this cannon. You will now be
Well, it's
taking
not
damage
cold
if you stay
anymore.
in close contact with it. So you are going to currently take non-armor soakable 8 points of damage that come your way.
Can I take a wound?
You can. Where would you like that wound to be?
Oh, let's do the arm carrying it. So Amos is right-handed, so that would be the left.
All right, so left hand. So as you're sitting there, you just feel all of your vessels starting to collapse in your arm, and you see this red steam boiling out through your skin, through your scales, and your arm starts becoming weaker and weaker. Your heart starts beating a little bit faster, and it's warning you that fire is nearby, but you also feel cold, like you're freezing. The room that you're in, you see all the pots and things that are sitting around where everybody was cleaning start steaming out of the room, and you hear the bubbling of your boiler increasing in pressure 10, 20, 30 fold down below the deck.
What do I got left, Ty?
You might have to yeet the cannon.
Oh no, I'm not eating the cannon. I'm eating the Lesrin with
It is
it.
a cannibal.
You gotta do to yourself, Amos.
Exactly what the class is designed for, Ty. Take damage and throw it back.
Okay. Well, on your action next, we'll see what you do. And as that turn finishes, we fade to black as we go to our break. What craziness is going to continue to happen here? They all think they're safe, that I won't completely destroy this campaign because they saw themselves at the end of the last episode. Sorry, that's not how this works. Anyway. We'll be back in just
we had
a
a little
moment.
bit of hubris.
Everyone.
That could be our fault.
You know that
I know,
Sylvia can remake any
Central
of you,
from Iron.
right?
I just want to say that Nohu is on top of a ship going into a bomb-loaded ship going to straight to hit the giant Leviathan kind of ship. And back there, everybody's like just freaking themselves with chaos everywhere.
Here's what I'm gonna say. This is an interesting game of chicken because if you kill us all, that's 6 new pieces of art that you need to draw.
Hey, you know I will do it. So, anyway, thank you all for watching. We'll be back in just a moment.
Sometimes the
We all
bug
know sparrows don't die.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sparrows. Our resident bulwark is currently missing, but he'll be back shortly. So, last time we left off, we saw the entire crew doing a bunch of crazy shit and messing some things up. At this point, standing just off to the side of the deck, Donnie, holding a clipboard, marks off a few more check marks and looks over at you.
All right, Leifei, I don't think this is working out exactly like you intended it to be. I have to say, the Admiral's going to be very disappointed in this performance review.
Oh, don't worry. You'll see it in just a sec.
Oh, okay then. Do you need any help?
Oh, you missed it. And a flash of red will happen.
That's right. Flash of red goes off as it is the end of the round. Leifei, what happens with your ship?
Our ship is now instantly behind all of the small squid-like creatures and is now battering into the large one.
So you had traveled here, this way, to try to go through as many of them as possible?
Let me move all of my things out of it. Yes.
All right, so you have 3 in the way, one of which has a bunch of grenades on top of it and has Nohu attached to it. The ship just almost blinks. Lightning kind of sparkles behind this thing. Everybody on board has to hold on to something again as it very quickly launches across the distance. And as it stops, the giant, the tentacled creature in front of you uses a reaction to catch you.
Whoops.
Arms, tendrils all wrap around the Archimedes as you now have it in its grasp. Everything that you had just traveled through, however, has to make a defense roll against an attack created by Leife. Go ahead and give us an attack roll.
Using agile, correct?
Yes, and you are at +4 to this roll. So the first enemy, attempting to get out of the way, gets a 20. Second enemy gets a 19. And the third enemy gets a critical failure. The one that knows writing critically fails. So your first attack misses the first target. Roll for the second target. You miss the second target. Roll for the third target.
Unpog. Red Iron would not approve.
I thought I taught you better.
Critical failure.
You know, I didn't remember
is-
most of what you taught me.
2 critical failures at the same time. So with your critical failure mixed with the enemy's critical failure, we're going to have to say you are going to obliterate this thing that Know Who is riding that is covered in explosives. The one thing that benefits you the most in this circumstance is that you move beyond the explosion before it can trigger and evaporate you or damage the ship further. The thing that benefits you, everybody else a little bit more, or, is affecting everybody else but a little bit less damaging, is that the explosion goes off amidships and Know Who might have a chance to avoid being incinerated.
Too, baby.
This thing
I
zips
love
through this being in front, shearing it apart. Suddenly your grenades start to go off in front of you. Know Who? The ship is caught in the arms of this giant creature. What do you attempt to do to avoid the explosion?
I don't do anything. I'm immune.
You're immune to fire, not pressure damage.
Immune.
Like, Know Who knows the difference.
There's fire at some point. I'm sure that at that moment I will be immune.
Well, I mean, you'll be immune to some of the fire, yes. So you intend to just stick with the grenades then and just absorb whatever damage comes your way?
Yeah, it would be like one of those cartoons with when he's riding a car and something goes rushing by and he's just like continuing the motion midair.
Right. The
Yeah,
explosives
until Know Who looks down, he keeps moving forward.
that Know Who has are all about to go
Nothing's
off.
gonna keep me down.
Now, you had, how many explosives did we say you had created? Wasn't it 5 of them?
We didn't.
Are you
say.
sure about that? I said they were a certain amount of scrap each, and you were supposed to make them at the time. We didn't say how many you had created.
We didn't. We said we would be rolling at the start of this session, but we didn't.
Right. Let's do that now to see what you end up with. You did all get an ace from Epic Otter in the audience. So if you would like, I mean, let's see.
Could
What
re-roll
was
that one? Maybe.
what was the roll we said we were gonna make? Can you go back and look at it? Because I can't hear in Discord from the stream. I'm thinking it was something like a D4 plus 2, something like that.
Say what?
How many explosives did you make in that small period of time that you had? So that was
Alright,
what you
well,
were doing when you were making things down below deck before you traveled to head off and talk to everybody.
All right, you said D4 plus 2?
Yes, D4 plus 2 grenades. And there you go, you got 4 of them.
4 of them stuck down.
Yep.
Down the chimney ship.
There's another ace granted to Know Who, so you now have 2 aces, Know Who. So
Yeah.
you have 4 grenades on you, pineapples, I believe. And you are going to modify them. Were you using just your kobold modifications on them?
Indeed.
All right, let's get 4 modifications and see what they are. One of them makes you fly faster. One of them launches individuals, and one of them causes a bonus spray damage. And the last one protects the user from physical and emotional harm.
Oh, wait, question. Did you change the table? Because I remember that number 4 was a chaos roll.
It was. I believe that I haven't updated the table for this version of Fantasy Grounds. So that should be yes. That one should be
A chaos roll.
exactly. So you have 1 chaos, 1 elemental spray, 1 launch, and 1 flight movement on the grenade. What does that mean?
Sounds really useful.
No. We're going to find out what the
Let's go.
chaos effect is first, and then we're going to go from there. So the first grenade going off. Here you go, Nohu. Chaotic Aether table. Let's see what it does. It's in the middle of your ship, so...
There's the roll. Did you see it?
The ability causes the caster to hiccup, then require a nearby element other than air to breathe.
No, that's not fun. I'm going to
no.
revolt that
All right.
effect.
42. Target random in the area has a bodily part or random grow to 5 times its normal size. This is up to the GM to interpret, but it's recommended that whatever the ability first touch the target, that makes the most sense. Lasts for 24 hours, could have a variety of effects and complications. Now, thank you, Steer. Thank you for the hype train. There's another ace to everybody. So, Nohu, this is targeting the grenade. That's where the effect was situated on it. So the grenade grows to 5 times its normal size.
Yeah.
Just becoming in a massive bomb sitting there on top of this thing. As the other ones, then you see... Let's see. Well, so we'll figure out how these trigger, in what order they trigger. So you still have the other 3 bombs. Roll a d4, minus a d4, and re-roll a 4 if you get that. We'll see which ones of these effects go off first. So 2 goes off first. It starts to spray elements of your choice. What element did you trigger with this?
Fire.
Of course,
Fire.
it's fire.
Of course.
Then roll a d4 and divide it in half, and we'll see what the next one is. 2, so that'd be 1. And then the object, let's see, grants +3 to any rolls using the item. So, no. The first one was the flying move. So,
the user is launched 1d10 distance forward from the current position.
No. The first one was the item allows the user to gain +8 flying move for 1 scene.
Oh, yeah, flying movement.
And then the last one was +3 to any roll. So as the first bomb grows incredibly large, the second bomb charges a massive fire attack. The third bomb proceeds to cause this thing to start flying, and the third one gives it a +3 to the roll. Nohu, where do you trigger the flying bomb to go that is launching all the other ones with it?
Well, if we can, to the original spot where I was attacking the giant Kraken.
So, in a gout of flame that just blasts around Nohu in the deck of the ship, give me 3d6 plus 2 damage that is going to accumulate around you in a large circle where you're left on the ship.
3d6?
Yes. So, there's a total of 12 points of damage that is radiating from Nohu's new position in the middle of the deck. Let's see, there we need a circle, everybody. So 4, 5, 6. There it is. It's gonna hit Scarborough. It's gonna hit Amos. It's gonna hit Donnie. It's gonna hit Kiara. All of you need to make an agile roll to avoid this explosion of flame that radiates off of there. Nohu, you're fine, as fire doesn't hurt you.
I didn't miss Nohu. That was a lie.
Kiara gets a 13. Donnie is fine. Amos, you get blasted with flame, which combats the ice you're currently dealing with temporarily, and your blood stops boiling for a split second.
I'm helping. I help everyone.
Then the bomb proceeds to go launching off in the direction of this giant thing. Nohu, give me an attack roll using Aware to see if you can strike the big creature with it.
Aware. All right. Oh,
That
man.
is gonna miss.
Let's see how many aces I can throw at this.
That is a 12. So.
Oh wait, but no, I can't roll against the Leviathan, right? Or is this a different?
This
sort of roll?
is yes. You're using aces against the Titan, so you can't actually use a reroll on that. You can
it's
use
a
a
roll?
virtue. You can't use an ace.
Is this an opposed roll then?
Yes. Let me see.
How confident you sound.
Well, the thing is, I'm gonna just say high or low to you because it's very unexpected. So making something try to bat it out of the air may not be opposed. High or low, know who?
Hi.
I know who
14.
says, and no, it is an opposed roll for sure. So this launches towards it. The creature then swings to bat the thing out of the air with a giant tendril. And unless you wish to use your virtue, there's nothing else you can do against this target with the explosive.
All right. How would the endurance fit with this?
That's up to you to just convince me of.
I think that Nohu just wants this to work really, really hard, and he's just like wishing, and he's already radiating fire. So he has the power of belief. He has the power of self delusion. So he
The
just
power
knows
of
he's going to
self-delusion.
succeed.
Whatever. I liked this term, so I'll give it to you. Go ahead and reroll.
I have to say, from personal experience, knowing certain individuals, the power of self-delusion is actually, I mean, there is a certain line.
That is an 8, so the opponent does still get a roll against you at this point. Let's see what happens. The enemy gets a 9 and has succeeded at blocking your shot.
What a sad day for Nohu.
The bomb is struck by this, and it explodes on the tentacles that go to hit it. You will still cause some damage. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4 times 5, so 20. 23 bombs technically go off on a tentacle.
Something like that.
So you get to roll 5d6 times 23 now. I got a calculator out.
5d6.
Wait.
Yeah, what do you get? Give us 5d6. So that is 13 times 23 is 299 damage as you just blow off 2 of the arms. The creature kind of turns in midair.
I gotta like lower some sort of like this sunshades on his goggles. Like it's too bright. It's too bright at the moment. Nice.
Kiara, we're over to you. The deck is now in danger of freezing solid. Everybody on board is in danger of freezing solid in one.
Wait, it's fire
Round.
emanating from Nohu. You just say so.
Well, no, you're fine, but not everybody else.
Yeah, so there's not a danger from freezing, from being burned.
Okay,
but
not
from
everybody
freezing.
is going to freeze. Nohu will not be currently freezing. But everybody else is technically in this freezing danger that is pushing all the blood out of your body. You're starting to feel like
Not me.
steam rising from your skin. Well, yeah, you're
I'm
a
out.
bug and you're off of that.
I'm a bug in free fall.
That's true. You are.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
Oh God, not again.
What is causing this frozen
The
tundra
cannon that is now.
that no one refuses to throw off the stupid ship? Got
Yes, yeah, that
I've been
one.
telling everyone to put it in the
It's getting
catapult.
there. It's getting there.
If I fix the hull of the ship, will it help contain this, or is it back on the top?
If you fix the hull of the ship, it'll contain it inside the core, inside the center of the ship.
That's probably not good either, is it?
No.
Well, there goes my plan that I was going to use triple chaos for again. I don't know how to. I'm not going to go touch this stupid cold thing. That seems like a dumb idea.
We are in like gun range of this thing now, though.
I know I'm in
Like,
gun range, but that's not fun.
Sanctum. Sanctum.
Yo,
Amos's plan is to take the gun, jump off the ship, and literally just suicide charge the big one.
Lord.
I love it.
Ty,
Yes.
if I use triple chaos, can I use I know some tricks to repair the hull of the ship? It's not a simple object, but if I use triple chaos, I feel like I should start to be able to repair the ship.
I would give you the ability to heal a bunch of the damage, yes.
Cool. I'm gonna do that and take a lot more damage myself.
Okay. Triple chaos, that's 4 more overload put onto you.
Uh-huh.
So
I'm at, oh god. How much more damage?
That would be another 5 damage to you. So.
Okay.
But
That's
yeah,
not horrible.
if you use regular abilities after this, you're gonna keep taking more and more and more.
Yeah.
There's some
yeah,
overload
that's
reduced to you from Azadine and Kame's steer, by the way.
Thank you. That
All right.
really, I'm still way too over. I'm
Give
fully in
me-
Aether poisoning stage.
Give me a magical roll, and we'll see what happens. That is not a 15 or higher. That is an 11.
Oh,
That
it
is a
paused
2.
on 20.
There's another ace.
Damn
And there's
it!
a 4. All right,
Well, that's all my aces.
you are targeting the ship with chaos once more.
It's fine.
Here we are. Let's see what happens.
What if I charmingly vamp for several seconds to see if someone can
just
can give
roll
me an ace?
the chaos table roll.
But I'm so charming.
Caster becomes empowered, reducing all ability costs to 0 overload for the next 2 rounds. The next 2 abilities used in the combat scene.
All
So-
of that on the ship?
This was for you. You did get an ace by Azadine.
I'm gonna keep this. I think this is actually a great thing. I
So
think this is fine.
did not work on the ship. So you draw in all that energy to throw it into the ship, but it doesn't come out. It stays within you. So for the next 2 rounds, none of your abilities cost overload.
But it was triple cast, so doesn't that mean the effect is greater?
That would be, yes, for the rest of the scene, you have no overload costs for your regular abilities.
I am a god.
Hey, I had
Right.
that once. Yeah.
I am a god.
But
Okay,
Kiara, that would be your first action. You have 1 standard action remaining. Can't use an ability again, though.
cool. I am within dowry range now. My shotgun. Can I
Yeah.
just shotgun this thing double barrel style?
You're gonna fire at it with both shots. Give me an attack.
That car would so kindly not vroom vroom right outside of my house.
You strike it. Go ahead and give us damage.
That.
Blast,
16 points of damage.
You see it just take a
What
big
the-
chunk out of it. And that would be Kiara's turn. Roland! Flying Bugman, it is your turn. One thing we
Roland.
have not been doing. When you take actions, Dervish allows you to make a 2-move movement every time you take an action. So remember that.
Didn't I try to overload Dervish and it failed?
And then you redid
Oh,
it.
we retconned it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a whole thing. Okay.
So
Yeah,
Dervish,
it's hard to keep
another
track
thing is whenever you are within range, within one range away from a new target on the round, you can make an unarmed strike automatically.
Cool.
So,
So
Things
Roland, in free fall, bug, multi-limbed bug, but missing a limb, snaps his bug eyes open, and then starts careening towards the Leviathan. Now, did I happen to see or intuit what Nohu was aiming for?
Give me a brains roll. See if you can determine that at all.
Come on, roll good for once, please, tonight. Come on.
Good for once, he says, and nat 20.
The path.
So
Paths.
the path shows you the way. Choice that is grand for yourself. You can also see weaknesses like Nohu does in these things' machinations. It's shown to you in a different way, in the fact that the magic they exude, the path shows you where their weak points are. Or, like Nohu had, you can see the one optimal weak point on this giant Leviathan.
I want the good spot. I want that
All
good
right.
stuff.
So you see where Nohu is trying to go, and you see that on this thing, since it was made of common material, since it is inferior to what it might have been, there is a slat on the top of its head that is slightly open. You think that a well-placed strike on that area might expose its core, allowing you to do massive damage to it.
Roland begins flying towards it, and as he's flying towards it, he entreats the Eternal who has inhabited his body.
I need to be very candid with you, if I may. I'm very disappointed in the decision that you made to occupy my body in this manner. Now, I believe that you and I can come to a compromise. However, I'm going to need about 8 times as many wings.
8 times as many wings. Now,
At
I
least.
guess that this was a little abrupt when I entered your form to see the change, and many mortals don't like this sort of quick change. They call themselves ugly, and I am sorry for that.
Oh, no, sir. No, it's not about the comeliness of the presentation that you have granted me. That's not it at all. It's about the sub-optimization given the situation we were in before. However, in this instance, I do believe that we can find what is described as an integrated solution. That is to say, you want something and I want something. So compromise is for quitters, compromise is failure. However, you can get what you want and I can get what I want. All I need is about 16 total wings.
16 total wings coming right up.
All right, good. Let's boogie.
You begin feeling like cracks and splitting as wings begin forming off of your back, your arms, your spine, your tailbone.
And then Roland would like to fly as hard as he can, like a comet, straight for that access panel, and just like shoulder check it.
You fly up above this thing and dive down as hard as you can.
Can I pop an overload to activate that ability that failed before? Fire within, and literally turn into a comet.
You could attempt that. Yeah, give me a magical roll.
Just one? Can I just do one?
Just one, yes.
Okay, thanks.
Well, inner fire allows you to do something similar to that already, so it's not that big of a difference.
I just want like a bigger version of that.
Yes, exactly.
Chef's kiss.
Give us that magical roll as you dive down. And nat 20!
That's
Okay.
2 in a row. Oh, the path.
How does he do it?
So...
How does he do it?
How does he do it?
Suffering from success.
Nat 20. Do you wish to be a glorious inferno, incredibly bright and powerful, a falling star in the sky? Or do you wish to be able to add the effect of 1 overload cost to inner fire in the future without any extra overload cost involved?
No. You gave... I could be
But it's
gloriously...
like, how's he gonna beat a raging inferno?
So you're telling me that I could be gloriously incandescent, a true beacon of the light and the path, or I could just kind of do this kind of shit all the time?
Well, easier all the time.
Number
yeah.
2, my lord.
Does this effect persist into future campaigns?
Yes,
'Cause-
for Roland. Yeah, until
Oh
you're dead.
no! All right, hold on. Where's my coin? Where's my lucky coin? We gotta follow the path here.
You gotta follow the path. The coin is too
All right.
important for this.
All right, we're following the path here.
Taking
All
the-
right,
taking
so,
that
I got a
two-face route.
D6. I gotta two-face it. 1 through 3, we become gloriously incandescent. 4 through 6, we get the option of just being a super comet whenever we feel like it. It's gonna be great. Here we go. Here we go. Gloriously incandescent.
Flame
taking option
tendrils
1.
begin whipping up alongside of your back, and you begin cascading down, very bright, very powerful, towards this thing's skull. Looking at the place that Nohu had spotted and kind of driven you towards, we see that white burning light slam down. Give us an attack roll. You have to beat your opponent. I'm going to roll first with the type.
I'm gonna whiff
to see
this.
what
I'm
you
gonna
get.
whiff this.
You just miss. You
Here
just
comes
straight
the
up
one.
miss.
All
The
of that for a
opponent
1.
critically fails. Give us your attack roll, please, Roland. 22.
Unforeseen.
You strike.
Oh,
You shatter through the top of this
2019.
thing's head into the inner engine, and you will now be causing ×4 damage to the attack roll. So, give us your normal attack roll. with the incandescent and the inner fire, you're going to be doubling that. Basically, you're getting an extra amount of damage. Not doubling it as in times 2, but rather you'll be doing Striker Gauntlet twice. Roll it twice for us, and then we're going to multiply that by 4. So 7, 8, that is 15 times 4 is, what can I think? That's 40 plus...
60.
Yeah, 60 points of damage. You crash down into this thing, 60 points of damage. With the amount of the explosion Nohu caused before, there's a bright shining light and cracks begin appearing on the outside of this thing's skull. What does it look like as Roland emerges from the other side victorious, having shattered this thing in midair?
He just keeps driving through it, Captain Marvel style, and then the flames start to go out, and then he's in free fall.
And then the bug wings have disappeared. You hear inside of your mind's eye,
Glorious death and destruction. And now I have soup. I must go have dinner with the wife.
you see the eternal fade away.
Yeah, enjoy yourself. Thanks for the help. Feel free to stop by. Oh, shit.
Probably go pick up your falling friend.
So, with that one being blasted away, all the little things with it begin falling out of the sky, free fall style. Leifei, what are your orders at the moment?
I think it just got crushed through. Shit, I think I see the Reverend. Everybody, arm the cannons. Wait to see if anything comes out. We're getting the Reverend back.
Start diving after him in your ship as fast as you can. Amos, the cannon has caused your arm to start to decay away. What are you doing?
I'm gonna start working towards where the Reverend is by jumping onto the nearest thing and point blanking the shot because, yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna leap from flying thing to flying thing, shooting as we go.
Your cannon is frozen solid and cannot fire.
Can I at least neutralize the freezing process?
You could drop it or get rid of it in some way. At this point, it is too dangerous to keep.
I'd really like to save the cannon. Is there anything I can do to save the cannon?
You don't know directly. Give me a brains roll. Your character can't think of anything that'll save this cannon. Still cannot think of anything. Taps plays for the cannon.
Put my ass on the line just to get that cannon.
We can't hear you, Benjamin. You're still muted. He's over there playing now.
We can imagine.
We can just
We know
imagine.
in our
Imagine-
souls that he is playing tap,
We
so
do.
it's
And it's
fine.
glorious.
Amos, you have to say goodbye to your cannon friend.
Send it, baby, with the ammunition. Exploded in the stars.
No. Amos is gonna rip the ammunition off and then cast the cannon at the giant Sky Terror.
You throw it. Give me a strong roll to see how far it goes. It launches out off the edge of the ship, flying about 15 feet over the edge, and then begins plummeting towards the earth below. Freezing rain, or actually driving rain away from it, is steam everywhere it goes.
Oh, you're supposed to shoot them, not throw them.
Shut up, you mismatched Swiss Army knife.
I could have, repair it or something, but okay.
You look over in time to see your brand new cook, frozen solid and husked because all of its blood came out.
You really go through many people,
I told you to shut up, you sad excuse for a Leatherman. And I'm going to pick up the cook and just carry them over to medbay.
All right, at this point, Leifei, you are pushing the ship faster in an attempt to try to catch someone who's free falling. Give me an agile roll as you pilot the ship as best you can. It's kind of a bucket of bolts right now. Pretty seriously impacted. That is a 15. Good pastor. If you would, Roland, give me a brains roll to see if you know how to slow your fall in any way. If you make yourself as big as possible, maybe you'll drift like a leaf. So, Leife, you're getting to roll once more because of that ace, I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Roland grabs like the bottom of his big long coat and just sort of like flying squirrels outward. Still like
Pull it
laying
out.
backwards, like he has accepted the path, but like he's just grabbing it.
The
Just
ship
insectoid
starts
wings flipping off.
second by second getting closer to this individual. Roland, with your efforts, you have slowed down the fall a little ways, but now you're starting to like move away from the ship.
Are we still in combat, or can I help Leife get this shit moving faster?
You can assist now, so everybody's free to assist us.
Great,
We're no
then
longer in combat.
I have Tyson.
Yes.
The wonderful, immaculate Noah who gifted me a sword.
That's
who
true.
I lovingly called Pride. That does have a rocket attached.
That is
Now,
true.
if I need to put chaos into it, that's fine. But I would like to swing by and grab the Kraken Slayer myself.
All right, so
by hand.
give me a agile roll as you leap off the edge of the ship, engage
Great.
Nohu's rocket, and try to fly over without skewering.
Totally.
Roll.
I love that. Let's do it.
Nice, 14. So with the speed of the ship, with Clay running forward and leaping off the edge, engaging the rocket, you see him flying down. Roland, you're laying back, and then you notice a shape coming towards you out of the heavens, a seraphim of light and glory holding a flaming sword as they're flying in your direction. And as they get closer, you see this dwarven visage appear before you as Clay rockets down next to you with his weapon in hand.
And out of instinct, Clay quips, but all that comes out is.
Gross.
Roland just sort of grabs him and then just like whispers in his ear, "You're not my dad."
Comes out a little blood.
Now, since that weapon is not designed to carry two individuals, Nohu, why don't you give us a brains roll? We'll see how strong your rockets were on his sword. Powerful. Nice.
Super strong.
Yeah.
So the sword just kind of pulls, and you start being yanked back towards it, but you're holding on to Roland. Clay, give us a strong roll to keep a hold of him. And you can assist Roland, since you are trying not to fall again.
Strong, Clay's favorite.
Great. All right, here we go. Don't worry, y'all. Weight of dice rolls is going to be the. All right. So I'm going to use an ace. I'm going to use. I would like to use Actions of Scoundrels to reroll a. I get +1 when I'm running away from a threatening scene. So I have a +1 to all these rolls.
All right.
I will use a second ace.
A second ace. Here we go. There's a
You have a
+1 from
+1
KM
from
Steer
chat.
as well. Oh, much
Huge
better.
chat, so 10.
So that is a 10, 11, plus Roland gave you a +5. That puts you at a 16. That is the target to stay holding on. You're like drifting, and you're having like Clay is doing that whole shaky arm thing where he's like, oh, get back to the ship soon. It flies up, and Leife expertly deposits the ship underneath of you, and both of you fall through the hole in the deck, crashing into the kitchen down below, which is freezing.
Great.
Did you turn the air conditioner on?
He just starts
What the-
coughing blood at you.
Did shake my head. Just so much pain. It's been-
All right, Kiara, you are still empowered at the moment as the ship is starting
Yeah.
to go down. Was there one last thing you'd like to do before that empowerment wears off?
Blast us as fast as I fucking can towards my friends.
Give me a magical roll. As a massive gust of wind blasts into the side of the ship, Kiara just raises her hands and The ship twists in midair. Everybody kind of has to hold on for a second. Leifei, you have to struggle with the wheel a little bit as a gust kind of twists it. And you find yourself kind of careening back and forth a little bit as there's a as one of the turbines goes out and the ship starts wobbling back and forth. Give me an agile roll, Leifei, to try to land without becoming a crash landing.
I've never failed an agile roll.
There's an 18. So you see the ship, we see the ship from a distance, sputtering and smoking, kind of drifting back and forth, coming down through the overgrowth of trees and mushrooms, the swampland itself, before hitting the ground, thump, and then sliding, breaking some of these limbs off, and sliding to a stop. And from where you're standing at, Leifei, you feel it. You feel the Ioun Stone. It's only 25, 30 feet away to your left, inside of a cave of all things that you see. It looks like it was dug up by some sort of animal. Nohu, from standing on the deck where you're at, you see the roly-poly holes.
Oh yeah, those things. How are they? Oh, they're so busy as always.
We landed in a certain place, crew. Oh, my head's ringing. Is anybody else's head ringing? I think
What?
everybody else's head's ringing.
No, I'm completely physiologically intact and in no pain whatsoever, Captain.
I can't.
It just tossed into a rag.
I think it's sinking in that marsh over there. I can barely see it because it's frozen over. Oh no, wait,
No.
it just broke
Hey,
apart.
Kai,
Yes.
No, what gave that
can I
away?
use inconclusive insight on this weird sudden ringing that Leifei has in his head?
Certainly. Leifei seems to be sensitive to power sources of some kind. He seems to know where they are.
So he's like a truffle hunting dog. Got it.
Exactly.
Clay will just come up and like get Nohu's attention and like look, like point at the hole and like hold up his arms like, what is it? But hopefully Nohu interprets that
Charades.
however he wants. Yeah.
Nohu, how do you interpret Clay's maneuverings?
Huh. I think he wants me to dig, I think. Alright. I'll go over there to dig.
He's like,
Dig a hole.
Nohu goes down and begins digging through the muck.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think now, I mean, let's see. Earth, mud, poop.
He wants you to get the really dirty and then give him a big hug. That is what he is
No,
saying.
as you dig through some of this muck, you find one of your bags.
Hi! Look, everyone! Yeah.
This is
Like
That's
Clay,
my own
Clay
job.
just pivots and like, yes, this is what I was going like.
There may be more things around here. I'll keep on digging.
They gain some health back. D8 plus 1 to give you 2 health back. Congratulations. So, Roland, as you stand there, give me a magical roll. Two is not gonna do it. You feel strange, but you also feel exhausted.
Roland points over at Clay. You there, dwarf that can't talk. Yeah, yeah, I'm talking to you.
Great.
Yeah, come here, come here.
Walk over.
And then Roland just like plops down right where he sits, and then just sort of like wraps an arm around the dwarf and begins to glow. And then Roland is going to activate Inner Light, increasing out of combat regeneration for anyone inside of the aura by 2.
All right, so everybody's starting to feel better. That won't regrow your tongue and your vocal cords, but it will heal the damage. So the superficial damage starts
I'm
to
not
fade.
taking distractions.
Yes, as you're sitting there and the superficial damage begins to fade, the pain starts to cease with Roland's presence, and your distractions are removed. Roland, I'll allow you to remove your distractions as well, but you don't have any, so never mind.
I
like
did take
tap
damage
on
from
the
doing that too.
So,
We love Inner Light.
outside of here, you know that the ship is damaged. You know you need help. You know you need assistance. As you're standing on deck, Amos, you step up to look at things. You're lamenting the loss of your cannon. When you look down into the tunnel that Nohu seems to be walking towards, ushering everybody over, you swear you hear B's voice. Inside, screaming for help in the distance, far away.
Old Amos would charge in without a moment's notice. Leifei gets a tap at the back of their skull.
Dunk, big old finger the size of like your entire hand, just...
A mental tap.
Oh, okay.
No fire mind this time.
All right.
They're back to the table. They're back to having tea. It's different this time. Amos is in... Well... Amos, for those who don't know, tries to emulate themselves in a way that would work much better with other people. Put on a mask, if you will. Leifei's sitting there having tea, and Amos is sitting there in full samurai attire, but it's like there's smoke coming off of them, black smoke. They look down and they open their mouth and they say, I need to go. B is in trouble. Don't follow. Keep them safe.
Did I give you an order?
Protect the crew. Yes.
No, I gave you an order. Sparrows fly free.
Do as you will.
They bow and they stand. And they turn, and this entire thing fades away. And Amos takes a step forward, plummeting to the depths below.
Amos rushes down into the hole in front of them, quickly trying to find B, as he's wont to do. Kiara and Clay, Roland, Nohu, Leifei, you're left behind as he rushes forward. So, you know that you're here. You need to find people that can help fix the ship. It's in bad repair. And normally this wouldn't be as much of a let's hurry up and do this thing, except that now one of your friends may be in danger. And Leifei, you can sense the gemstone's power dwindling. Something is draining it, and it will be destroyed soon. And with it, your bounty or your future.
Can I grab Clay? Like off to the side.
You pull him aside.
No, we're having a moment.
Oh,
Right,
but
he
here's the
is
thing.
cool.
I need him. He can
And
come
I'll
back
just
in a
like,
second.
I'll just like pat you on the back and just put a finger up.
Roland just like leans over on like a shipping crate, like,
Just Clay like takes him off of himself and slowly leads him over somewhere
Yeah,
else.
and like Clay's just like, but just like steps off.
So there are like three things. One, Captain here can sense. Oh, you can't talk. This is great. One, Captain here can sense like power, and I think he could be able to lead us to our friends. Two, and I'm only telling you this because you cannot talk. He is very attractive, and it bothers me. And three, we should probably get going.
Is taking all of Clay's self-will to like not quit, try and quit, and like cough up more blood, and just like
Do it. Talk. Say
just
something.
like
Say something.
like set his
Do
jaw, nod slowly, and turn around and
Oh, but
slowly walk
it seems
back
like you really want to
Roland.
say something to me.
Just,
Go ahead, say something.
just sits down next to Roland and leans him back onto him.
It's like leans with
Safety blanket.
the glowing golden light. I need it.
Just like fuming in pain, and just like
So,
staring Mikara down.
Donnie steps down from the ship and just looks at the captain and everybody. This looks like the place you're all looking for, right?
Yeah,
Feels
how's
like-
that for a performance review?
Well, I mean, I gotta see how you handle not only sky, but ground as well, right?
Yeah, but we are probing so far, right? It's like
I mean, you took out that giant damn thing, so... I mean, you did better than Cal did the first 2 or 3 times.
I feel like I'm handling the ground just fine right now.
I
And
mean
then
the
he
whole
just sort of
part
like
where you
hugs
actually
Clay a little
gather.
closer.
Clay points at Roland.
It's where you actually gather the loot. You know what? So it's down in this hole, eh? Let's get going. No better time than the present.
Pats
Should we
know
not
who
be
on the back.
concerned with Death 1 and Death 2? No? Okay.
All right. On and on. Let's get going.
You see him grab this big rocket hammer and he starts walking down into
It's
the
really
tunnel.
pushy.
This has been a pleasant moment, and I'm really glad that you didn't ruin it by saying anything. Sometimes we men
does
must
all the
share
time.
silence, and it's very important. So thank you. But I think we have a job to do, sir.
Just like throws his hands up, slowly picks himself up, like reloads it, like takes the cartridge out, like slowly, like one bullet at a time, reloads the magazine and puts it back in the gun.
Leifei, when do you start heading in?
He starts heading near in immediacy.
All right.
He has not been hurt. He's not damaged. As he moves by, he passes by know who. Good shit, mate.
As you follow in,
Dragon Killer.
as you follow in after, you see the giant muddy footprints left by Amos heading down into this tunnel below. There's a path that seems to have been carved out by an animal of some kind, probably a giant insect. Knowing Myosinus, you've been here long enough, Leifei, that you have seen some of the insects that do some of the digging in the area, and they can be dangerous, but they're often a bit benign as long as you don't threaten them. So following into this tunnel a ways, you see a large craggy door, a section of wall that used to belong to an ancient facility, it looks like, has a symbol on it. A tower fitted with a small star, with light emanating from the sides of it. It says Eidolon. As you walk into this outpost, you can sense power emanating from multiple directions. The feeling that you have for the stone is to the right. A familiar feeling is to the left. Sylvia.
All right, everybody, left.
Leifei turns and starts walking down the hallway to the left in the near darkness. Roland, you turn to follow. Donnie behind, keeping up with them. We see Amos's massive footprints in the dirt. As Roland steps beyond the entry portal and turns off to the left, you trigger a mechanism. Your foot presses down on something. What do?
Stand still.
As you stand there, there's suddenly a grating sound, and the ceiling behind you falls, locking you off from the rest of the crew. You are there with Leifei on one side of the wall, with Amos's muddy footprints tracking off into the distance.
I was kind of hoping that would be one of those mines where, you know, it pops up after you lift your foot and then you get to say your goodbyes. But it, I guess that wasn't the path, so it's just you and me now, sir.
Well, perhaps we won't have to worry about goodbyes.
No worry
Oh,
about
yeah, that's...
guys.
Mm-hmm. And then Roland takes his headband off and just lets the ears fly, because it's just him and another elf right now.
True. It is just
Let
the
me-
two of you.
Oh, let me tell you how much that chafes over the years.
I can promise you, it does.
Yeah, I knew.
So,
game
the two of you
recognized game.
walk off into the darkness. Donnie kind of turns to everybody else.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to find another way around to him. All right, everybody, this way.
You see him start moving through the compound, and we see Nohu and Kiara and Clay following after the big man with the hammer. We see Amos
Yeah.
rushing into another tunnel, trying to find the voice of B, and then finds the room itself seems to be emanating her voice. It was a trap. As you're standing inside of this inner hallway, you hear Sylvia's voice in the distance. Interesting to see you again. I'm surprised it was you first, and not the rest of your strange and nefarious crew. I have heard bad things have happened to your captain. And my friend has been lost. It is unfortunate. I do dearly miss what was Red Iron. And yet, he was imperfect. But no longer.
Shut up.
Leifei and the good Reverend step into the room behind you, seeing Amos standing there. A large contraption against the side wall opens up,
Shut
and
up.
someone steps out of it.
No.
Red Iron,
And Amos is going to charge.
what do you say to Amos, Leifei, and this new guy you don't know?
Thank you for bringing back my ship. You can go now.
No!
And with that, we see...
No, we just got a raid. We have to have more time.
That was the end. Hi, Raiders. Thank you for being here. We just concluded an episode for tonight. It's always that way, where things just kind of happen at the very end.
I
10
could
more
do a
minutes.
very extended villain speech. Do you understand how
Yeah,
much you
monologue.
have affected me over the months?
So we see Kiara, Nohu, and Clay come around a corner. And there is your friends. They usher you
Clay
over
can't
as
talk.
quickly as
Make fun of him
possible.
Real quick, I will pass a note to Kiara. Like, there's a little slip of paper.
What does the slip of paper say?
Oh,
He
God.
hands you it.
Joke's on you. Now you have to do all the talking.
No, I want that. I'm not charming.
And with that, that is the end of tonight's episode and the end of our crossover event. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed being here. We're going to go around the table. We're going to say our farewells, where you can find us, and what we enjoyed about tonight's episode. So, as usual, we'll go randomly, but this time we'll go in opposite order. So, we're starting with Stratful, and we'll go backwards from there. Strat, Nohu.
Hey, hello everybody. I'm Stratful, playing as Nohu, the Wanderer Seeker, Adventurer / Tinkerer of the group. And I'm really glad that you all could be here to see us play this week. Sorry about the raid coming a little bit late, but hey, maybe you'll be here next week as well. Who knows? Hopefully. But in the end, I think what I really like about the episode was just seeing everything that happened in the ship. I mean, it was like everybody trying to outdo each other and how to screw each other up. It was like I could do a normal attack, but that wouldn't affect the rest of the team in a hurtful way. Let's add 2 chaos roll, 3 chaos roll, as much as we can.
Yeah. Oh, from a GM perspective, you have no idea how many times I was sitting there going, this could kill every single one of them. You don't know because you haven't read my chaos table, but there are some things on there that are really, really bad. And that would... There were so many chaos rolls.
I was really hoping everything was going to be plushies.
That would just be in a certain radius. Your ship would turn into a plushie. How do you think a plushie would stand up to a tyrant?
I know.
Maybe you want to pedal
Exceptionally
it.
well, I think.
Yeah, exceptionally well. All right.
You don't want to
Anna,
destroy a plushie.
Kiara, your turn.
Hi everyone, my name is Anna, also known as Sanctum Cosplays, playing Kiara. It was fun to play with a different crew. I haven't really gotten to play much with Benjamin, Kai, and Jackal much. I mean, I have a little bit, but it was really fun. And yeah, no, the full reason I went Chaos Heavy is it's not my ship, so I don't really care. If it exploded, it exploded. It wasn't my ship. I really have no dog in this fight. So, you know, there was that.
I mean, you were still on the ship, though. You needed it to fly long enough to get you to your
Ty,
destination.
you also know I have 17 other character ideas constantly
That's
rotating in my
true.
head, so if I had to have a new one, it wouldn't
that's
have bothered
true.
me.
You don't care about your characters. Got it.
Yep, take that. Yep, that's definitely it. Well, why do you think I body swap so often? Clearly, that's the reason.
You just don't.
I've had 4 different bodies over 2 campaigns, Ty. You can't stop me.
True. Fine. Whatever.
Many of them elves. 3 out of the 4
3
of
out
them
of
were
the 4
elves,
were elves,
which
yeah.
is, you know.
Well, no.
But
No, 2 out of the 4 were elves, because you had 1 halfling or 1 chancer and 1 human, because that's what this form is.
True. That is, yeah, it's not even the surgery. It's a corpse. I'm in a corpse. So gross.
It's okay. You're giving it life.
That doesn't make this okay. Neither does the 1900 silver that was in my coin purse when I woke up. Still doesn't make it okay.
I mean, yeah, it was a horrible thing for her to do to you.
It'll be fun when she finally finds out that she's dead. But yeah, it was really fun, and I really hope to get to play with this wonderful crew again for maybe another crossover at some point, or I don't know.
Well, it's not like these two crews aren't intertwined in various things, so
exactly.
I'm sure
the grand finale with all 12 of us.
Oh God!
Let's go. Let's do it.
I mean, I'm willing to give it a good old college try, but I feel like that's nothing but devolving. Can you imagine 12 chaos rolls in a round? What that might do?
Yes, it would be great.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we need to kill off at least half of us.
Exactly.
Right.
Destroy all. The show ends.
History.
The show ends with all of you killing your own characters accidentally. I got it. That's how it's gonna happen. Kai, your turn. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I'm Kai. I play Lefe Ariane, the captain of the Sparrows. We have gotten ourselves in a mess, but we've gotten ourselves out of a mess because we do that because we're Sparrows.
True.
After setting down and setting down our ship, everything is looking all right. We're going down, finding something else, some magical accoutrement to our magical ship. We are gonna, sort of set these Thanos stones into, I don't know, probably Amos's head.
Give
so
Amos the Thanos stones.
Yeah, all the universe. I feel like he can control it.
Of course.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Real Kairoshi, I guess. I talk about stupid shit.
I've got to say that when you talked about giving Thanos stones to Amos, you went completely black and white suddenly on our overlay.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, all kind of like
ominous.
Japanese ghost style.
We will give him Thanos stones.
So what's your favorite part of tonight?
I really love Scarborough, but I'm not gonna give it to Scarborough tonight. I really loved the scene of our priest. I did not think it would happen. Him slaying a Titan. I was like, how will I slay the Titan? How will they slay the Titan? How will them, our crossover companions? I didn't think for a second that the Reverend would take out the Titan, the first Titan seen in this whole game. Just
to be fair, the Titan was softened up quite a bit by Mega Bomb Nohu over here too, so.
Also, to be fair, neither did I.
You didn't anticipate becoming a bug with 16 wings and power bombing your way through the sky?
No, I called that. I just didn't think I was gonna get the final blow.
yeah, don't tell me you don't watch wrestling before all this. What's going on?
Of course. All right, Benjamin, you're up.
Hey everybody, I'm Benjamin, also known as TT Benjamin1 on Twitter. I am the host and dungeon master of the Lawful Good Adventures podcast, a Pathfinder First Edition podcast about four friends on a long journey home. Come experience the podcast at great_lawful on Twitter. We are currently on hiatus, getting ready for campaign 2, launching in January. I hope to check it out. It's a pretty mediocre podcast, but goddamn, we do it earnestly. I am playing
Hey, don't let him tell you that.
You give
Don't
yourself way too much credit. He's trying to blow people's minds, though. You give them low expectations and they see the real product and they're like, what? No, this is actually incredibly good. This is like 10,000 times better than he said. And that way...
I see what this is. Yes, I will accept the fish for compliments. So as someone who's like binge listened to the entire podcast during commutes to work and school, I have to say, complete and utter false lie that just came out of the creator, GM of the podcast.
Also, really funny in chat, Azedadine and McSherry totally roasting me.
Remember to breathe, folks.
Anyway, I'm having a great time playing the Reverend. I had a great time playing Red Iron. And I'm gonna have a really great time playing Dead Iron. My favorite part, I got to Captain Marvel Leviathan, and that should be the peak experience. But actually, like deep down inside, my DM brain is like, "Oh, Ty, you son of a bitch! Now you're gonna make me interact with my own supervillain NPC in a game I don't even run."
Yeah. You realize that I just really enjoy you talking to yourself. I'm gonna have to keep making that come up. All
Why
right.
do you think he had Sinan come back? He likes this.
Moving from there, my very first character in Aether and Steamworks had 6 different personalities that all intermingled and talked to each other. That was brilliant. So I enjoy that aspect of the game too, which is why a lot of my classes are like, you have a ghostly friend that talks to you and you control sometimes, and then blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Rob, your turn.
Hello, I am Rob B. Rolling. You can find me at such on Twitch and Twitter, where I sometimes put out content as a treat, but mainly you want to come over here. Normally I'm here on Thursdays for Dreams of Silver and Stone, where I play the charismatic, fast-talking, now mute Clay, no last name given. Just like looking at my stats, you can tell I went all in, and I have to tell you, community, my abilities reflect my stats as far as where they're useful. So this is going to be fun. I'm legitimately exciting. So when I'm not being handed a wonderful challenge, I'm also every Saturday GMing the Unremarkables, our Masks game. It is an incredible time. We are just getting into the downtime, starting to see like the home lives, get more of them dramatized in. We're just in our 3rd episode. The wonderful Ruby Hart, who so wonderfully rated us, thank you again, is in that show as well, playing the wonderful Umbra. So come check us out then, and you can always, of course, if this intrigued you, that intrigues you, if you want to go watch the one shot where the plushie chaos effect happened, go follow and go subscribe to our YouTube and watch all of the Roll for Chaos content you could ever desire.
Seeing a plushy goblin chew the ears off of the plushy villain snake woman was delicious.
Giant plushy semi-god eternal snake. Yeah.
Yep. All right, moving along from there to Jackal. You're muted, Jackal.
Back to you, Ty.
That's all you got for now. All right. Well, I have been your GM for tonight, and I look forward to next week when Dead Iron makes his true appearance and tries to reclaim Grandfather for his own. If you enjoyed this content, check us out tomorrow at 4 Pacific Standard Time, 5 Pacific Standard Time, 7 Central, where we have the Unremarkables up next. Thank you again for being a part of this community. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for the raids and hype and popping in. We see you, Ruby. Thank you very much. You're amazing. And we look forward to anything and everything here and in our community. We shall see you all next time. Have a good night, everybody. Goodbye.
Get off my plane.
No, that's not. It's just not a plane.
No.
Grandfather is